sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Theraburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Bearing Rings,
Share the responsibility with the caretakers of this man.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of Canada and swimming fans from across the land, and welcome to the 2026 U Sports Swimming Championships on CBC. We are live with live action at the Markham Pan Am Centre, where the greatest collegiate swimmers in the nation are coming here to duke it out in the best possible action. My name is Amos Vang, and alongside Neva Scott Boris and Philippe Germain, we are your commentators for both the English and the French sides as well. So lots of great content coming off for this first day of action. Now, let's start off from the very beginning on day one. Neva, what are some of the standout events that you will want the viewers and listeners at home to pay attention to?
Great question, Amos. First up today, we have the women's 200 free. We have two Olympians in there, Kyla Sanchez and Emma O'Cronin, so that's going to be a fast race, and it's going to really just start off that meet for us. And then later this afternoon, or this evening, sorry, we have the men's 100 fly. We had a U Sports record this morning by Kai Lilienthal from UBC, so that'll be a really big one to watch, and tons of action headed in there.
Now, also on Philippe's side, also from your standpoint and from you being here early on in the morning, what do you see are the standout points in day one?
I think it's very interesting because I spoke with a few swimmers earlier in the day, and they're really excited about swimming the short course. It's a different type of race than the long course, and they love it. It's not grinding as much, a lot of technicality, and it's going to be very exciting.
Absolutely, and Philippe and Neva, you've also competed very well at this point in the competition, having a number of years here. What are your favorite memories from here, and what are some of the things that the athletes are thinking about during this part, having competed a full year here and having so much action already at this point of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. Well, U Sports is the first time that everyone from across the country is coming together. So to be an athlete at this pool, you get to see those teammates you grew up with. You get a level of competition you have not yet had. We've seen athletes at their conference-specific championships, and now they get to see how that plays out on the national scale. So tons of excitement. I'm sure everyone's really excited to get going tonight.
Absolutely. Just a few minutes away from the action as the swimmers are about to get sent in action. Philippe, any last words you want to go forward for?
Merci beaucoup. C'est à mon tour de vous souhaiter la bienvenue dans cette magnifique piscine qui a été construite pour les Jeux panaméricains de 2015 à Toronto. C'est une superbe installation. On va avoir des temps rapides. C'est une piscine qui est dit très vite. Et Neva, justement, la différence entre nager dans le long bassin, au court, le petit bassin, quelle est pour les athlètes, comment on se prépare différemment pour ce type de bassin-là?
Bonne question, Philippe. Alors, cette course ici, c'est petit bassin, petit bassin. Alors, toute la journée, c'est petit bassin. Mais là, d'autres compétitions de U-Sport, on voit le matin, petit bassin, et puis l'après-midi, grand bassin. Alors, quand c'est une compétition petit bassin, on va avoir beaucoup de trucs techniques qu'on fait, et puis on va avoir du temps où on fait beaucoup de trucs sur les virages.
Bien, merci beaucoup. Alors, c'est ce qu'on vous convie. On vous convie d'être là jusqu'à 20h30 ce soir. Il va y avoir des finales ABC, des points. C'est une course aux points entre les équipes. Ça sera super intéressant. Back to you, Anna.
Thank you, Philippe. Thank you, Neva. The lights are on. The water is good. Everybody's sitting down in the stands. The nation is watching. Who will come out on top on day one, and who will achieve a brand new power level and surpass the limits today? Stay tuned. We've got more live action right here on the 2026 U Sports Swimming Championships on CBC.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan. A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Borrow better with FIG.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks. Just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It's showtime on CBC at the 2026 U Sports Swimming Championships at the Markham Pan Am Centre. Amos Vang here alongside Neva Scott Boris, your commentators for the entire championship event. And right off the bat, we've got amazing fast action on the women's side first.
Yeah, absolutely, Amos. We have this 200 free to start us off. We have a full field from across the country, some Olympians in here today. So a lot of exciting stuff that we're ready to see.
So this is the C final of the women's 200-meter freestyle. Remember, this is short course action, so it is 8 lengths of the pool. So in this event, Neva, what are typically the things that you would want to expect to see in a 200-meter freestyle short course like this?
Yeah, so in a 200 free short course, it's divided in quarters, really. It's about, can you go out with some easy speed, and are you able to hold it? 200 free is not won in the first 50. It's about if you can bring it back home.
Well, at the quarter-way point, the first to touch at the wall is in lane 3. Claire Bennett, 28.25 is her time, at a 0.13 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack.
And we have there Amy Mahard in lane 4. She got bronze at the RSEQ Quebec Championships, so we'll see where she's going to come. She's on lane 4, so that means she's going in first into this race. A little bit behind at the first 50, but like I said, a lot to go here. Lots to go, as you said, Neva. We're at the halfway point, and the first to turn at the wall will be in lane 5 this time. Elizabeth Reeves at 30.65 in this particular part, or 59.26 is the total so far in the swim. Yeah, Elizabeth is such a strong swimmer from Guelph. She's a senior on their team, and she's just been so consistent in the OUA over the past few years in this event. So, big swim from her so far. Let's see if she can hold it. Still a bit of a lead right now at this point. Graves just barely ahead, but still will turn first. 1:29.86 is her time. She does have a bit of a lead. Can she keep this into the last stretch? Yeah, we see in Elizabeth Greaves there that really strong kick. That's such a key thing in a 200 free, just to make sure that your arms are able to go if your legs are up and coming. And it looks like she's advanced her lead a bit, so that's looking good. Here comes the last stretch. Greaves still holding on the
lead by a good margin. She comes down and will touch first. 2 minutes, .92 is the final time for Elizabeth Greaves.
Yeah, great swim for her there. 2 seconds off this morning.
So the time has been shown, as you see right there. A fast start to the evening, 2 minutes, .92 the time for Elizabeth Greaves. Emma Carrier-Clark just behind by a little bit, 2:01.81. Here we go with the B final of the women's 200-meter final, freestyles.
And one to watch here is going to be lane 4, Natalie Hochevar. She's a first year from University of Toronto and won gold in the 200 free just a few weeks ago at the OUA Championships. So she's here in the B final, but I'm feeling like she's going to be a strong contender.
Absolutely, and just off the bat, she's already making a name for herself early on in this swim. It is a tight pack and a tight race in the first quarter of this point. The first to turn at the wall will be over in lane 4. Natalie Hochevar, 28.15 is her time so far.
And closely followed by 2 Calgary swimmers in lane 1 and 8. And swimming, you talk about outside smoke, and we're often going to see some races this weekend where we have these outside lanes who are really going to come in out of nowhere. You might not see them, but it can often be a fun position to be in, just trying to build on what you have.
Absolutely. Now at the halfway point, Hochevar still in a decent lead, but still challenged hard by the rest of a respectable competition. She will still turn first. 58.97 is her time at the turn.
And keep an eye on Iris Tinmouth here. She is a distance specialist from McGill, and she's in lane 3. And as I mentioned earlier, it's all about what you can have in that back half. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see her coming up.
Into the three-quarter point. Still Hochevar all the way out in lead. Now with a bit of a gap, almost a full body length lead. She will lead comfortably at the turn. 1.2963 is the time at the turn.
And that's Abby Baylor, who's coming up in second right behind her teammate.
With the turn coming down, the final stretch. Hochevar very much comfortably in the lead, of full body length. She has picked it up and turned the engines to over 9,000. She will come down this final stretch and touch with its final time. 2 minutes, .12 is her time.
Taking off a full second from this morning, that's incredibly impressive.
Once again, good stuff to Natalie Hochevar. 2 minutes, .12, but her teammate Abby Baller just behind her, 2:01.12, exactly a second behind her. And now here comes the A final. It's about to get hype up in here right now, Neva.
Absolutely it is. Coming up in this heat, it is stacked. We have in lane 4, Emma O'Croynan. Emma is a Paris Olympian, multiple-time U Sport and Can West medalist, so that's exciting. Right beside her is going to be Kyla Sanchez, and she is an Olympic 2-time medalist. And then Ruby Keller coming in that lane 6 as well. That is a Rookie of the Year so far, so this is a big one. I'm excited.
It's an absolutely big one, as you saw on the start list. There are 2 Olympians in this A final. Raphael Tremblay also in qualifying with 2 minutes, .87 seconds in the morning.
Yeah, and Raphael Tremblay was Swimmer of the Year for the RSEQ, so huge name there. This is just a stacked heat. I don't have anything to say other than I'm excited.
Well, there is one thing or 2 things to say, as we have lanes 5 and 4 coming out right now, or lanes 3 rather, Maya McCann coming out. Now we've got lanes 5 and 4 coming out. Kyla Noel Sanchez, 1:57.86, an impressive qualifying time in the morning. And Emma O'Croynan about to come out as well to show her true power level in this A final. This is truly a stacked event.
Absolutely, and Maya McGann, who's going in 3rd into this event, really can do it all. Is in 200 IM, is a 50 freestyler as well, so we're going to see some really strong speed from Maya.
Here's the start list for the women's 200-meter freestyle A final. All eyes in all the lanes here, the fastest qualifiers, but lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the ones you want to be keeping your eye on, with plenty of talent here in the pool already at this point, just from the last few years alone. Lights are on, water's good, and the swimmers are on the blocks. This is the A final of the women's 200-meter freestyle. As expected, a close competition already off the bat going into this first length, but against a competition like Kyla or Emma, Neva, what do you think is going through the heads of these competitors going up against talent like that?
Well, I'd say for some of them, they're definitely excited. Getting to say you're in a race with some of Canada Swimming's current greats is absolutely awesome. They're going to try and pace off them. We talk about setting a pace in swimming, and we're watching them here go out really strong, and the rest of the girls are just going to try and stay with the field and see if they can hang on.
26.26 was the time at the turn. Still a tightly contested battle at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyla this morning was a little bit off her best. The rest of the girls are pretty much on their best for the most part. So we're seeing that now. She's getting ahead, maybe closer to what her actual best time might be.
Just like that, 54.42. Sanchez still in the lead. Emma Cronin just behind her, 55.75 at the halfway point. It's a battle between those two.
And we see Emma coming back now with strong legs. Emma is a distance specialist, so she is going to hammer down the second half of the race, maybe negative splitting it, coming in really strong on that back half. Look at her go.
Looking at the U Sports record, it was held by Rebecca Smith, 153.19 in 2022, setting Quebec as we hit the three-quarter way point. 123.5 is Kyla Sanchez's time at the turn.
And Kyla Sanchez, speaking of records, has that UBC record herself in 154.75. Let's see if she can get down to that today.
It's a tight battle down. It's going to be Sanchez and Cronin, the obvious favorites in this particular one, but it's going to be a fight all the way to the end. Sanchez with a comfortable lead. Can Cronin catch her, or is it too little, too late? Final strokes in this lane. The first to touch is Kyla Sanchez, 153.63. Just barely misses the U Sports record, but she takes this event in dominating fashion. Cronin just behind her in second place.
Absolutely, and in fact, that is a new UBC record for Kyla Sanchez, breaking her own best time there. So a little bit off the U Sports where she got a team record. And we're seeing a UBC sweep across that podium. They will be excited for that to be their first event.
Exactly and absolutely. UBC was the champions of last year's U Sports Championships overall. And the results on the board are official. Sanchez takes the gold. 153.63 is the final time. Emma Cronin, 154.80. Ruby Kaler, 159.16. As you said, Neva, a clean sweep on the first event for the UBC.
And for those of you watching at home on that live stream, when the UBC T-Birds have a really good race or they have a sweep or something of that fashion, you might see them do a little T-Bird wave. So keep your eye out for that. A really fun touch that they like to add in.
And let's get over to the men's side of the 200-meter freestyle C final. There's your start list for the first contestant, the first batch of contestants in this one.
Yeah, some strong names coming in here. We have Kieran Stone in the C final, who is an incredibly strong 200 freestyler. Definitely an A finalist in it last year, and same with an OUA.
Your champion is joined poolside by Canadian swimming royalty, Anna Mae Pierce.
So still winning.
With Kayla Sanchez, the women's U Sport 200 freestyle. How was that?
It was painful.
So a UBC record. We have a long history of T-Birds being real fast. I know it's about the individual races, but we had UBC in there, 1, 2, 3. Tell me what it means to be part of this team and to start this race off with all of those championship points.
Go Birds. We were so fired up after this morning. We had a great morning and we really set the tone for the meet, so I'm just excited to keep going with the team. Go Birds.
Awesome, thank you so much.
So that was Kyla Sanchez, the gold medalist in the women's 200-meter freestyle. A hard-fought battle, as you see in the replay here. It all came out and worked out in the end. UBC again sweeping this first event. So a hard-fought battle, but great efforts to all of the swimmers in this one. Let's move over to the men's side. As the swimmers enter the blocks now in this C final of the men's 200-meter freestyle. Once again, 8 lengths of the pool.
Yeah, so keep an eye on Kieran Stone here. Kieran Stone is actually the 200 free gold medalist at the OUA Champs. That's in lane 5. And then same with Quinn Matisse, another OUA 400 free gold medalist, and that is in lane 4. So the OUA is looking pretty strong in this event.
A very close battle already in this C final. Too close to call at the quarter. The first to turn is Liam Dennett over in lane 2. 25.39 is his time at the turn.
That's that outside smoke I'm talking about. Lane 1 and 2 coming out really strong off the bat.
Coming down to the halfway point, still a very, very close battle, but starting to see just a couple of standouts. Still, again, barely over a third of a body length in difference. But at the turn, halfway point, Artyom Volodin will have the first touch there. 52.90 is his time.
Yeah, RSEQ medalist Artyom Volodin coming out. You can see a really strong kick there from him as well.
And that strong kick is going to be very crucial in this part of the action. But again, a very, very tight competition going to 3 quarters. Not something you see every day. The first turn now goes to Quinn Matisse. In lane 3, 120.76. This is a close battle.
This is getting tight, and the teams are cheering on their swimmers in this 200 free.
What's going to happen down in this final stretch? A tight battle across the board. A battle between lane 5, 4, and 3. But lane 5 could be out in front with Kieran Stone. He will be the final touch. Getting the touch when it mattered most. 147.92 is his final time.
Yeah, great race for him there. We're seeing a little bit of dropping time. For those of you watching at home, Markham has been an incredibly fast pool so far. We have seen a record numbers of personal bests in the morning, which is so exciting. It might mean not as many huge drops at night, but that's okay because that means athletes are on par with how well they can swim.
As we move over to the B final, I'm looking at one pretty familiar name right there, and that's Yuri Kissel over in lane 1 from UBC as well. He's been in the pool for pretty much a decade now at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Olympian Yuri Kissel, and has just been so consistent around in 200 free specifically and on relays for Team Canada. So this will be exciting.
Absolutely exciting, as you said, and they've now with the B finals, all of these swimmers are on the blocks right now. A close battle across the moment here at the turn. Still an unclear decision as to who has a comfortable lead. Could be anyone's game so far. Yuri Kissel looking pretty strong already early on, just on the outside at the quarter waypoint. He turns first with 24.13 as his time.
Yeah, look at him go on that outside. You can just see that stroke is so strong. He's holding so much water there.
Kissel with a strong lead against the rest of the pack, quickly gaining momentum as we enter the halfway point past the flags now. The first to turn will be in lane 1. Yuri Kissel, 51.58 is his time of the turn.
Yeah, really close race here between them. Kier Ogilvie kind of lagging behind here. I suspect that Kier has a 100 fly later. Wouldn't be surprised if he's maybe saving up for it.
Yeah, but now the rest of the pack is starting to keep up, rather. Now Kissel's being challenged now. The first turn this time is Joel Blanco now. followed by Matthew McDonald. Kissel now falls to third, rather. So if Kissel wants to remain in the lead, he's going to have to keep things up.
And that he's doing, you can see his stroke right there is picking up. That's a clear thing that we do in a 200 free. You're just trying to do everything you can to get your arms moving faster and faster.
Here comes Kissel, or the rest of the pack. He has lost the lead, but it's a close fight to the very end. And the winner of this final will be in lane 7, Matthew McDonald. 1:47.34 is his final time. There's still one more competitor left to go. Kira Ogilvie will complete the last swimmer left to go. He touches at 2:08.62. Still a valiant effort to complete the race.
And Matthew McDonald just a second off of their UVic record there, so very close one.
Those results are official.
Yep, these results are going to be official. Matthew McDonald taking this final, 1:47.34.
Championship final of the men's 200 freestyle.
As we head over to the A final of the men's 200-meter freestyle, the fastest qualifiers in this event.
And this one's going to be exciting. We have some big names coming on into this race and some very fast times. Few people to watch. We have Rabin Doman. Rabin is an open water and long distance specialist, so keep an eye on that back half of the race. Zach Parise, first year from UBC, and has just been putting down some really fast times.
As you said, Neva, Rabin Doman and Zach Parise, the top two qualifiers for this event. 1:45.63 was Doman's time, and 1:45.89 was Parise's time. So a tough battle here right now. Benjamin Winterborn for U of T, 1:47.78 was his time as he qualified for this one.
Yeah, and Ben Winterborn is actually the only medalist from last year that we're going to see in this heat again. We had two other medalists who are not in this race, so that really opens up the field. It'll make space for some new names to come on in.
The U Sports record is still an old one from 2009. Colin Russell set the record, 1:43.31. The Canadian record set by the great Brent Hayden, also in 2009. 1:40.80 was that time. Here's the start list for the men's 200-meter freestyle. The A final. Once again, all eyes in the pool. Rabin Doman, Zach Parise, Olivier Risk, and Benjamin Winterborn. 3 UBC Thunderbirds and 1 U of T Varsity Blue competing in this one. Lights are on. The water is good. The swimmers are on the blocks. This is the A final of the men's 200-meter freestyle. Who will come out on top in 8 lengths of the pool?
Yeah, we have some we have a whole list of accolades here. We have some of our Can West gold medalists. We have Paul Hepburn was the Can West gold medalist. And then we also have Laurier, who was the RSEQ gold medalist in this event. So let's see what they can do here.
At the quarter-way point, first turn goes to Paul Hebrard, all the way over in lane 8, 24.40, but plenty of racing left to go.
Yeah, look how they get that kick up. It is so strong and so crucial in this event.
Halfway point, still a tight battle across the board. UBC trying to hang on for dear life in the lead as we enter the halfway point, past the flags. The first to turn to the halfway point, still Paul Hebrard. 51.10 is his time, but Zach Parise just behind him by just 0.25 of a second.
Yeah, look at them go.
Three-quarter weight point now. Still a tough battle right now at this point. Zach Parise looking like he's about to take the lead. Will he do it? Yes or no? He will not. Just falling behind by 6/100ths of a second. Paul Hebrard still hanging on for dear life on the lead. Can he pull off an upset here?
And watch out for Raven Doma in there. Like I mentioned, long distance specialist coming back up. We are seeing him gaining some time.
Here they come down the final stretch. Zach Parise has got a final boost of power. As they come down the wall, Zach Parise will take the goal in this one, 145.25 behind for the entirety of the race. But when it mattered most, he got there, and he took the gold.
Yeah, huge race from him. That's so impressive as a first-year athlete.
That's right. The results are official. Your final times there, 145.25 is the final time for Zach Parise. Benjamin Winterborn just behind him, 145.82. Paul Hebrard had a pretty strong performance, but will have to concede for the bronze, 145.93. But good stuff to all of the swimmers who put in a powerful effort in this one. As we will head over to the pool side for the winners interview.
With your champion.
Your men's 200 freestyle youth sport champion. That was a tight race. Did it go all the way you wanted it to?
So, Mason, am I off?
I just tried to do that tonight.
So 6 T-Birds in that final. How much energy did your teammates give you, and what were you talking about in the ready room before this?
We did a really good job this morning as a team, so we just want to come in finals and do it again, so yeah.
Great job. Your champion in 200 men's freestyle.
There goes your champion of the men's 200-meter freestyle. That will conclude the first batch of these events for the 200-meter freestyle. As we move on to our third event of the night. This time, it's the 100-meter breaststroke. We'll start off with the ladies first.
Strong field coming in here. We have a really strong A final, but some names to watch in the C final. Cameron Stannard, 4th year from UBC, just an all-around athlete.
Here's the start list for the C final as the woman gets set up on the blocks here. Fastest qualifier in the C final, Jenna Wall, 1:11.09, but tied with Katie Grabowski as well. So 4 lengths of the pool in this 100-meter breaststroke.
Final underway.
Now, David, what are some of the challenges that swimmers face in breaststroke in an event like this?
Well, I was not a breaststroker in this, so I might not be the best person to ask this, but from what I do know, 100 breast is fast, and breaststroke is the slowest of all 4 strokes, but it's about how fast can you get your body moving to pull as much water as you can in such a small amount of time.
So Katie Grabowski, 32.81 at the turn at the halfway point. 2 lengths or just 1.5 lengths left to go in the pool in this event.
And these underwaters are so important. Short course is great. You get double of the underwaters, and that is really, as breaststrokers, how you can get ahead.
Absolutely. Last stretch coming down the wire. A strong competition, but a contest between Jenna Wall and Katie Grabowski. Remember, they qualified with the exact same time into this one. Who will touch first at the final? Jenna Wall takes the first touch. 1:10.63 is her time.
Great fast swim there from these ladies. A lot of them dropping time from this morning.
As you're currently watching U Sports on CBC, CBC Sports is Canada's home for university sport. The best university swimmers in Canada are here in Markham all weekend at the 2026 U Sports Swimming Championships. Daily coverage begins at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with heats followed by medal races, as you see right now, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. The 2026 U Sports Swimming Championship exclusively on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC. where champions are made, with the B final of the women's 100-meter breaststroke about to start in action. As the swimmers start now, 4 lengths of the pool in breaststroke action. Amelia Mastro-Mateo with the fastest time in this heat. 1:09.62 was her time.
Yeah, keep an eye on lane 3 here. That's Ella Collins, who swam for Acadia last year and is now at Western University. He's been a multiple-time AUS Swimmer of the Year, and she's a strong 200 breaststroker, so let's keep an eye on her back end.
Absolutely, we will, but the first to turn will be in lane 4. Amelia Mastro-Mateo, 32.15 is her time at the halfway point. Here comes a tight competition down the final stretch. It is very close across the board in this one. It's a 5-way battle to see who touches first as they come down, but a standout performance right now from Elia Collins, and she gets 1:08.77 at the touch on the wall. Ella Collins takes the B final when it mattered most.
Fantastic swim there from these ladies. Great work from Ella.
And the results on the board are official. 1:08.77 is the time that stands in this one. Amaris Peng, 1:09.00 exactly. Then Grace Liu from the University of Ottawa, Gigi's, 1:09.55, finishing this finals in third.
Your championship final of the women's 100 breaststroke.
Well, Neva, here comes the fast one. The A final of the women's 100-meter breaststroke.
This one is going to be exciting. We have multiple big names. Chloe Pop here used to swim for Acadia as well and is now in the OUA swimming for U of T and has been having a tremendous season.
Absolutely a tremendous season. Even just looking at across the board on the qualification time, the fastest one in lane 4, Alexandre Lepage, 1:04.90 was her qualification time.
Yeah, Alexandre's going to be one to watch for sure. And at U Sports, winning breaststroke across the board, multiple-time rookie and swimmer of the year. So this will be an exciting race to watch for her.
And just looking at the records, I mean, her qualification was 1:04.90, only 2/100ths of a second off the current U Sports record set by Kelsey Wog in 2022. 1:04.88 is the U Sports record. And the Canadian record, 1:04.22, also set by Kelsey Wog in 2023. So it has been a very close battle for this record so far, as you see here on the start list of the women's 100-meter breaststroke A final.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting for sure. We also have Eloise Allen and Roman Ereng, who were both on the podium with Lepage last year. So all 3 of those girls coming back in this race again. So let's see what they can do tonight.
Absolutely. Lots of fast swimming as the swimmers get set up on side on the blocks here. CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best U Sports men's hockey teams as they face off at the 2026 University Cup presented by Steel Mazda. Live from Halifax. Catch complete coverage next weekend on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube with the gold medal game Sunday, March 22nd at 12 p.m. Eastern on CBC Television. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. Who will come out on top in this event?
Not going to want to look away from this one. Top qualifier coming into this, a 1:04.90 this morning in lane 4. Got the 5. U Sports Championship record, a 1:04.88 set by Kelsey Wog.
Right off the bat, coming down to the halfway point, lane 4. Lane 4 through Alexandre Lepage right out in front as she's trying to assert herself in the lead. She will turn at the wall first. 30.31. She's looking fast in this one already.
Yeah, look at these girls go. Oh my goodness. And Shona Brayton from Western coming up here on Lepage to their side. The crowd is getting loud. They're ready to go.
They certainly are ready to go. Here comes the final stretch. Last turn at the wall, last 25 meters. Here comes Alexandre Lepage. She's way out in front, trying to hold onto the lead, and she will come down to the wall in dominating fashion. Can she touch in time? She does. 104.11. That is a new Canadian record set by Alexandre Lepage. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it here, a brand new Canadian record.
Congrats to Alexandre on that. The crowd here is so excited for her. Huge smile on her face. What a fantastic swim from her.
An outstanding performance from Alexandre Lepage, dominating this event. She was already looking really, really good in the morning with a qualification time of 104.90, but she came through and really, really dug deep. The results on the board are final. A U Sports record confirmed here, and also a Canadian record. Remember, the Canadian record is 104.22. So 104.11 is a dominating record. Congratulations again to her.
Let's give it up for our new Canadian record holder, Alexandre Lepage. Alexandre, what was going through your head that last 25?
That it hurt, and I really wanted to get it, so just put my head down and tried to get to goal.
Absolutely amazing. And your first senior Canadian record? How does it feel?
It feels awesome. Like, me and Sophie, we've been talking about getting the 50 for a while, so I wasn't even really thinking about the 100, so to be able to get that today means a lot.
Absolutely amazing. Congratulations. Let's give it up again for your new Canadian record holder.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an incredible start to the evening right now. Just in event 3, we've seen one Canadian record fall and a U Sport record fall at the same time. Alexandre Lepage, as you see right here in the replay and also in the swim action, dominating the pool. 104.11 is the new record for Canada. As we move on to the men's side, this is the men's 100-meter breaststroke C final.
And they are off with some pretty fast reaction times off those blocks. Look at them go. Just look at that stroke that they're able to carry and how much water they're able to pull in this quick 100.
As we come down to the halfway point, there's a standout over in the outside, the far end of your screen over in lane 8. Charlie Trofimic will fall to Jordan Rome over in lane 1. 28.31 is the first touch at the halfway point.
Yeah, Jordan Rome from UVic, from Comox, originally took a few years off, and he is back in this final here.
As they come down the final stretch in this men's 100-meter C final breaststroke. It's still a close battle now coming down on the wall. They come up to the last 10 meters left to go in this one. The first to touch at the wall is in lane 4, River He. 1:0.85 is his time.
Fantastic swim from River there. Also a sprint freestyler, and so to be able to pull off 100 breast, fantastic. Very impressed by this quick speed that we're seeing.
As the results on the board are official, River He from McGill, 1:08.5 being the time in this one as we get set up for the B final.
Yeah, coming into this B final here, we have Isaac Allen, who's going to be your 100 breast OUA gold medalist a few weeks ago.
still just waiting on the final confirmation over on the U Sports on the whistle. A pretty good crowd. You can't really see it here from the camera angles, but a pretty good crowd actually just up ahead. And as we wait for them to start, let's go over to some more U Sports action. Be sure to catch some more with women's hockey, as CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best U Sports women's hockey teams as they face off in the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship in Woolwich, Ontario. The action begins Thursday, March 19th on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. The women's gold medal game will be broadcast on CBC television on Sunday, March 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. Still waiting on the officials.
Those results are official. Up next, your B final.
It's a bit of a delay in actually confirming that part, but the B final will go ahead finally after final confirmation from the officials table. Fastest qualifier in this final, the B final. Eric Linseisen, 1 minute, .29 is his time.
Yeah, our SEQ medalist, Eris Linseisen, definitely one to look at here.
Good start to everybody coming off in this B final. Close across the board.
Such strong turnover here from Eric Linseisen. We see some of these athletes with a wider stroke, some with very quick turnover. Just a really interesting way that different people do 100 breaststroke.
Absolutely. At the halfway point, the first to touch and turn at the wall is actually going to be in lane 7, Noah Chang. 27.94 is the time at the turn.
Noah Chang, a first year from Brock University. Brock has their largest contingent of U Sports swimmers ever at this meet. And Noah was a medalist at the recent OUA championships.
Coming down the final stretch, a strong battlefield across the pool. But it looks like there may be a clear winner in this final. The first to turn, or touch rather, is Eric Linseisen, behind for the majority of the race, but came through in the end. 59.55 is his final time.
Always great when you hear that official remark to make sure that there was no disqualifications in a race. We really don't like to see that at a U Sport Championships.
Or really any championships for that matter, you know? So always good to see that. So far it's been clean across the board. Here comes the A final, the fastest heat.
Yeah, and this one is going to be an exciting race. We have going in first into this race, Justice Migno. Justice is on the UBC team, has a senior on the team, really a key player. And last year, Justice and Nathan Thomas, who you're also going to see in this race, actually tied for bronze, and they're both back. So let's see if them have this showdown again.
Let's see exactly, Neva, if there's going to be a showdown. I think there's going to be one right here, as the current Canadian record sits at 57.10. It's an old one from 2009, set by Paul Cornfield. And the U Sports Swimming Championships record is 58.51, set by Gabe Master-Mateo just 4 years ago.
Yeah. And we have Nicholas Duncan also in this race, who is last year's defending champion. So let's see what he's going to do today as well.
Here's the start list of the men's 100-meter breaststroke A final. Justice Mignot, Ian Cameron, Nicholas Duncan, Ethan Hemion. All of them trying to find out who will be the winner in this event. There goes the whistle. The lights are on, water's good, swimmers are on the blocks. This is the A final of the men's 100-meter breaststroke. Just 4 lengths separate them from the final result and from the potential gold. Who will come out on top? It's a tight race already so far.
Yeah, fastest time this morning was 58.81, so I'm sure they're going to be under this, but let's see just how far.
And the first touch goes to Ian Cameron, 27.38. He's looking pretty good at the halfway point. Can he keep on to this lead and maybe even make a new record? Here they come down the final stretch. Last 25 meters left to go. It is tight across the board. It is tight across the pool. Last 15 meters left to go. Who will come out on top? They come down on the wall. Justice Mignot, 58-58, will touch. He takes the gold when it mattered most and gets the final touch. Congratulations to him.
Strong race there. Justice Mignot, Ian Cameron, and then Glenn O'Neill coming in third place.
Just like that, they are official results. Mignot will come out on top, 58.58 his time. Ian Cameron, 58.82. Glenn O'Neill, 58.97. The records will stay where they are.
Justice Mignot graduating this year, so that must feel fantastic as a way to start off your last U Sport career.
Let's head over to poolside as we'll have the interview with Justice Mignot.
Your U Sport champion, Justice Mignot. So that was the fastest ever final in the men's 100 breaststroke at U Sports. Did you think about that at all before your race?
Not really. I knew this year was going to be really good. I have a lot of really fast teammates, and so I knew they were going to do a really good job at this meet. I'm really proud of all of them. I'm really proud of this team that's helped me grow so much as a person and as an athlete, so I'm forever thankful for them.
Amazing. So one win down. What's up next for you?
200 breaststroke tomorrow, and then 50 breaststroke on Sunday.
Well, good luck in those. Your U Sports champion.
Champion of the men's 100-meter breaststroke. Again, good stuff to Justice Mignot. Ultimately taking this event with a time of 58.58 at this point. We'll move on to the next event. The women's 100-meter butterfly. This is the C final. Four lengths of the pool, this time with butterfly. Here comes the C finalists.
One to keep an eye on here is going to be that outside lane. Una Borkovic was silver at U Sports last year in this event.
Top qualifier, Tierney in 4 out of the prelims at the University of Victoria.
Here we come down the halfway point. Close battle across the board so far.
Two teammates from the Vikes battling it out in those lanes 4 and 5. And look at these swimmers when they're underwater. Can't go past 15 meters, but an underwater is so crucial in these sprint races.
28.65, Piper Mitchell, first touch at the wall. Here they come down the final length in the C final.
Mitchell in 6 with 25 meters to go in this women's 100 butterfly C final.
As you said, Neva, the underwater is ever so important, and we're going to see the results coming out of this one. They come down the wall in the C final. The first to touch is going to be Shanna Tierney. 101.41 is the final time at the wall.
Yeah, dropping a little bit of time from this morning. Great swim for Shanna, also a graduating athlete, originally from Saskatoon, and has spent 5 years with the Vikes.
So good stuff to all of the C finalists in this one. Let's move over to the B finals. Before we go over to the B finalists, we're just going to confirm the times are official. Shannon Tammy once again 101.41 final time. So far, the night has been filled with clean swims across the board. What will go on in the B final? It's been fast right out the gate so far. Close battle across the board for all of the swimmers. Halfway point, still too close to call. It's a battle between lanes 3 and 4. The first to touch will be over in lane 4. Hannah Gallagher, 27.96 is her time at this halfway point.
Yeah, very strong race there from Hannah Gallagher. Just short of making the A final, but look at her dominate this beat.
Final stretch in this action coming down. A very tight race between 3 swimmers, but on the outside, lane number 1, Tegan Vanderleek. She's had a pretty strong year so far, also last year as well, but she will lose at the last second over in this B final. Benya Matic will get the first touch over in the lane 3. She takes the B final when it mattered most.
Yeah, great swim from her there. She was silver in this event at Canada West this year in the fall. Just for our viewers who are watching at home, so we have those conference championships. That's AUS, Canada West, RSEQ, and the OUA. And Canada West takes place in the fall. So when we're saying these medalists, it happened a few months ago, whereas the other 3 in the more eastern parts of Canada all happen in kind of the February range.
Here comes the fast one, people. The A final of the women's 100-meter butterfly. Rebecca Smith holding the U Sports record in this event, 2019. Well, 2019 is the year, rather. 57.03 is the time. Margaret McNeil, the great Olympic athlete, with a Canadian record 54.05, setting it just 4 years ago. Nina Mullen is in this event, a force to be reckoned with from U of T.
Yeah, Nina's the defending champion, so she won this last year. She won the 100 fly, so let's see what she has today. She was just awarded a Grand Slam event at OUA Championships for being a medalist in all 4 years of her university career.
Sela Wist, your fastest qualifier, 58.85 for UBC. The only one under 1 minute in this qualifying for this event, as you see here on the start list for the women's A final 100-meter butterfly, rather.
And Sela won this at Can West a few months ago, so I would not be surprised to see her carry the speed through.
Lights are on. Water's good. Swimmers on the blocks. Here comes the A final of the women's 100-meter butterfly.
And these ladies are off. Strong dolphin kicks are needed in a 100 fly, but a really quick turnover. You're going to see a different breathing pattern from multiple of these athletes, but just trying to keep that head down and go as fast as you can is what's key.
At the halfway point, a tight battle across the board. The first to touch and turn, Sela Wist, 27.41, but just behind her is Angel Yao, 27.75. It's still a tight race so far. As they come down, the final underwater and the final stretch. A hard battle coming down. Sela Wist in the lead. Can she handle it? Can she handle onto the lead? She will do it and pick up 58.59 as her final time. Taking the gold in confident fashion. Great work and great swim by her.
Yeah, and that's a new UBC record for her.
The results are going to be official. Again, Sela Wist taking the gold. Nina Mullen will have to settle for third place, 59.64 being her final time.
And Brooklyn Veens coming in second there. She got bronze at this event last year, so moved up one spot. Love to see it.
Let's head over poolside to the Champions Corner. The poolside interview.
Sela Wist, the 100-fly U-Sport champion. Was that the time you were hoping for tonight? A new UBC school record?
That was the goal, yeah. 58.5 is what I've been striving for a few years now for sure, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Great. How proud are you to get this win for your UBC T-Birds?
Super proud, yeah, and I'm really happy to see Brooklyn Weeds there too, breaking a minute, so it's pretty good results there from UBC.
Awesome, great job. Your U-Sports champion, Sela Wist.
That's right, Sela Wist will take the gold in comfortable fashion.
Men's 100 butterfly
from UBC. UBC, as expected, looking pretty strong already in the early parts of this event. We're just getting started right now as we're about to move into event 6, the men's side of the 100-meter butterfly.
Yeah, UBC is such a dominant force in both men and women's swimming, and they just have this momentum, and we'll see how they can carry that through this weekend.
Here comes the C final. Connor Bernardo, 54.29, your fastest C finalist. So as expected, fast right out the gate, all swimmers rather. A close contest already early on in this one. At the halfway point, the first to touch and turn on the wall. Carla Bugana, 25.13 at the turn, over in lane 2, but still plenty of racing left to go.
Yeah, look at them go. Connor Bernardo, that top seed, also a sprint freestyler, so just huge speed that we're seeing from him, and we're seeing that in that 100 fly right now.
As they come down the final stretch, the last 12.5 meters in this one. It's a very, very close race to the end. The first to touch at the wall will be Connor Bernardo, 53.93. When it mattered most, he took this C final in comfortable fashion.
Congrats to Matthew McDonald there. Just swam a 200 free, so was able to come back for this butterfly. And that's the thing we see happen a lot at U Sports Swimming, is that there is not a lot of time between these events. These athletes, a lot of them we're going to see multiple times tonight, and it's an endurance race, but they are fit and they are rising to the challenge.
And something I want to ask you as we go into the B finals, with such a quick turnaround time between events, how do swimmers quickly recover and get their mindset back in check?
Yeah, absolutely. So much of it is mindset. Is often getting a really quick warm down. You'll have made a strategy with your coach ahead of time. Maybe that means a shakeout on the pool deck, getting some fuel in you, a bit of water. Every athlete has their own technique, but they'll have practiced it ahead of time to make sure that they're ready for race day.
Good stuff to remember by as we head into B finals. Wells Genzer from UBC as the fastest B finalist as we enter the halfway point of this race. First touch and turn of the wall. Wells Genzer, 24.54 as expected, but it's a close bout between him and Victor Young.
Yeah, Wells Genzer was our silver medalist at U Sports last year, and we're seeing him back again this year.
Final stretch coming down, a close four-way battle to the wall. The first to touch the wall It's going to be Wells Ginzer with the lead for the entirety of the race. 52.59 is the final time in this one.
Great race for them there. We are now moving into this A final, and this is the one that I mentioned at the beginning of our session, how excited we are. U Sports record from Kai Lilienthal this morning. So let's see if that's going to be broken again, or who else is going to rise up in this race.
Yeah, quite a number of names that I recognize in this one. Lilienthal, Ginsberg, and Lowen, the top three swimmers here in this A final. It will be a hotly contested one. The U Sports record sits at 50.99, set by Clement Secchi in 2022. The Canadian record, Ilya Karun was this record setter, 49.03, also in 2022.
Thomas McDonald is a bronze medalist in this event last year at U Sports, and Eric Ginsberg is the defending champion in this race.
Eric Ginsberg, as I said, one potential contender, and actually the defending champion also in this event, 51.35 being the time at his qualifying. Kai Lilienthal, 50.85 being his time. He does have the potential. Here's the start list for the men's 100-meter butterfly A final.
We have a few athletes here too who are doing that double, just like I talked about. Keir Ogilvie, we saw him earlier. Nicholas Duncan was just in the 100 breast, the event right before this. So let's see how these strong athletes can rise up to this challenge.
As the racers get set up on the blocks, there goes the whistle. Water's good, lights are on, swimmers on the blocks. Here we go, the A final of the men's 100-meter butterfly. Who will come out on top? Lilienthal and Ginsberg will be contesting for this one, but right out the gates, Lilienthal with a very, very comfortable lead, 23.07. Ginsberg, 23.50 right off the bat, but we got one more length left to go after they turn at the wall.
Look at this kicking and look at their turnover. This is so impressive and so exciting.
Here they come down the final stretch. It's a hard battle. Ginsberg has gained some ground. He's trying to fight back. Can he do so? Lilienthal will hold him off with 50.79. That is a new U Sport record.
What a way to start the weekend. Back-to-back records.
Lilienthal, yes, back-to-back records, 50.85 as a correction to my earlier point just before the race. It was 50.85 in the morning, but now he breaks it again, even lower in this one. 50.79 is that final time, and a new U Sports record in this one. Kai Lilienthal, your new champion in this event.
And we're seeing Eric Ginsberg get on that podium. Eric is from York University and has been just such a dominant force for their pretty small program, but he is just bringing so much to the table for them.
Absolutely, and now as we head over to the Champions Corner, here comes the poolside interview.
Kai Lilienthal, your new U Sports record holder. You were under the U Sport record this morning. How did that set you up for tonight?
I mean, I was a bit surprised
to go that fast this morning. I wasn't really expecting it, but my whole team's tried hard. At UBC, I saw everyone smashing their PBs, so I thought I'll give it a go and try it again tonight, and it worked out well. So
Nice. So coming down that last 25, what was going through your head?
I was thinking, don't die in the arse, because that's what usually happens to me. But I managed to hold on. All the other boys in the race smashed it as well. I saw them coming home strong, so I was trying to not lag behind.
Amazing. So didn't die. New U Sports record, Kai Lilienthal.
If they're ready for medals.
Well, that's a great action. Great stuff right over to Lilienthal on winning this event so far. Lots of great action coming in. We'll be heading into more live action here on CBC with the 7th event.
Yeah, great stuff there that we're seeing. So strong and just such a way to start the weekend.
As we head down to the women's 50-meter backstroke C final. Some more live action all coming down. Hope you're still enjoying watching this on CBC. Stay tuned for more action.
Behind the podium to collect your awards in just a moment.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ici-tout.tv.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to live action here on CBC Sports. Amos Vang here alongside Neva Scott Boris. We're commentators for the entirety of the event. We're just getting started tonight with this one. Plenty of action left to go. This time with the C finals of the women's 50-meter backstroke right now.
And we have had some fantastic swims this morning for any of you just joining us here on CBC. We've had some records broken, team records, U Sports records, and Canadian records. So just such a fast swim. I can't say it enough.
Absolutely. It's lots, and this is just day one. We're just getting started here right now, ladies and gentlemen at home. Hope you're enjoying everything that's happening right now. Be sure to continue to tune in for more here on U Sports. Just still waiting on the next bit of action so far. And as we wait for the swimmers to come out in this C final, this is not the only U Sports Championship that we have right now. There's still plenty more left in action left to go. CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada, the home of university sports. The best U Sports men's volleyball teams battle, or men's volleyball team rather, will battle for the 2025 U Sports men's volleyball title March 21st to 23rd from the University of Brandon. Catch the action exclusively on CBC Gym, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
One more time, medalists.
And we are waiting for the medalists for our first 6 events to come out and receive their honors.
To collect your awards.
As we have the awards coming out, the first 6 events, plenty of action that has already happened so far. The First one being the women's 200-meter
Ladies and gentlemen,
freestyle.
please direct your attention to the east end of the pool deck as we begin today's medal ceremonies for the 2026 U Sports Swimming Championships, hosted by McMaster University. Here to present the medals are McMaster University swimming alumni and former CIAU and CIS champion swimmers Sarah Laudenbach and Chris Fenton. We begin with the medalist for the women's 200-meter freestyle, bronze medalist from UBC, Ruby Keller.
So once again, these are the medalists for the women's 200-meter freestyle. This was one that was highly contested, but as we see here, Kyla Sanchez coming with the gold, and Emma Cronin with the silver, as you see right here. I mean, it's, again, a highly contested event here, this one, Ava.
Yeah, so as they're saying here at the pool, this is a new UBC record for Kyla Sanchez. UBC sweep, what a way to start the weekend for them. Kyla Sanchez is a two-time Olympic medalist. Emma Cronin is an Olympic medalist, and Ruby Keller is a first year. She is Rookie of the Year for the Can West this year. So fantastic to see these girls.
Fantastic, and once again, congratulations to these winners of this first event.
Men's 200 freestyle.
As we move over to the men's side, the 200-meter freestyle. Also a hotly contested event. When it comes to these sorts of events, short course and long course, what's the shift in mentality like between these different events and how you approach typically these different distances?
Yeah, so short course and long course really differ in terms of the technical aspects. Short course is always going to be a faster event. You're going to have more turns and more underwaters, and those are so important in terms of getting that speed up. For long course, you're going to want to put a lot more effort and technical work into your stroke. You're just swimming for that much longer in a race. So these athletes will have definitely been nailing down their turns, making sure that they have those underwater dolphin kicks really ready for this competition.
Absolutely, and as we see here, the three of them who really took that advice to heart for this one, the men's 200-meter freestyle final. That was certainly so far. Congrats to all of the swimmers currently in this part. Again, 6 events have already transpired already in this first day of action, with plenty more left to go. As we move on now to the women's 100-meter breaststroke.
Now the medalist for the women's 100 breaststroke.
Alexandre Lepage, who had an impressive qualifying time today, actually set a brand new Canadian record in this event. This is the first Canadian record broken in this championship event.
Yeah, third placer Shona Branton from Western here. Shona has been so dominant. Wasn't at U Sports last year, wasn't in this race, but was a Rookie of the Year when she first started, and she's just continued so strong. Second place here is Eloise Allen from UBC. Cap and goggles on, she is ready for her next race.
Just like you were saying earlier, Neva, their mentality is still going right back into it. You got to be back at 100% immediately.
Absolutely, and Alexandre Lepage, who is coming in with a new record, in fact, a new Canadian record in this race. Congrats to our gold medalist.
So once again, a new Canadian record coming out of this event. Alexandre Lepage with a strong, dominant finish, taking the gold in this one. As we now move on to the men's 100-meter breaststroke.
Now the medalist for the men's 100 breaststroke.
These awards breaks can be incredibly helpful for athletes who have those multiple events. Gives them a little bit of time to stretch their legs, get some fuel in their system. I'm sure Eloise Allen is appreciative. She has her cap on. She is so ready to go. I'm sure she's gearing up for whatever is next on her program.
Absolutely. Everyone's just keeping themselves on point, celebrating, but also keeping themselves in competition shape all the way to the very, very end. And that just takes a lot of discipline
Awards in
training
your men's
overall
100 breaststroke, your bronze
have that
medalist
kind
out
of
of
patience,
UBC,
have that kind of
Glenn
momentum,
O'Meallon.
and maintaining it throughout the entirety of the process.
Yeah, they are so strong. And these athletes are spending up to 30 hours in the pool a week. They are really dedicating their lives to it while also
Your
being
silver
students.
medalist out of
So
University
just
of
such an
Calgary,
impressive
Ian
feat for
Cameron.
them. We have Ian Cameron from UBC here in third place.
And your gold medalist out of UBC, Justice Mignot.
Justice Mignot, again, once again, he took this event in a pretty strong fashion. Touching when it needed most and leading the pack at the very, very end as well. So good stuff to him, but all good stuff to all of the medalists in the men's 100-meter breaststroke. As we now move on to the women's 100-meter butterfly.
Now the medalist for the women's 100 butterfly. Bronze medalist from the University of Toronto, Nina Mullen.
Nina Mullen, the former champion in this event last year, came up against a very confident, very strong competitive pack in this one,
UBC, Brooklyn
Yeah,
Weens.
absolutely. Such a strong race from these ladies. Brooklyn Weens was also on the podium last year. And Sia Lewis is in the B final of this event last year, but she has come through just dominating that race from start to finish.
Absolutely. Congratulations to the medalist in this event.
And a new team record for Sela there. She said that's been her goal for the past few years, and she's now in her 4th year. So good for her and way to work towards it.
And now your medalist in the men's 100
Moving over to the men's
butterfly.
side of the men's 100-meter butterfly, the winners for that event.
Your bronze medalist,
a
University
highly
of Toronto,
contested
Benjamin
event.
Lowen.
Lowen gets 3rd, Ginsberg gets 2nd, Lilienthal gets
Silver
1st.
medalist in U Sports second team All-Canadian from York University, Eric Ginsberg. And your 100 fly champion, U Sports first team All-Canadian and new U Sports record holder for the 2nd time today, Kai Lilienthal.
Kai Lilienthal there accepting his gold medal for his 2 U Sports records that he has set today. Kai is from Australia, and so just so exciting to see people from elsewhere competing at this meet and just raising the standard of swimming in Canada.
Great stuff to all the medalists, and that will do it for the first 6 events of day 1, but plenty of action still left to go tonight. We're going to get set up for the women's C final.
And we have some team scores coming into for these first few events that have happened. On the women's side, in 5th place, we have Western University with 67 points. University of Calgary coming in with 98 points. McGill University in 3rd on the women's side with 119 points. 2nd place is University of Toronto with 133 points on the women's side. And University of British Columbia is coming in that 1st place with 182 points for the women. So incredibly exciting. On the men's side, we have University of Montreal with 42 points. We have in 4th place a tie between University of Toronto and McGill University with 66 points each. 2nd place is University of Calgary with 73 points. And then coming in absolutely dominating so far is University of British Columbia with 209.
That is certainly something. UBC, not really a surprise, but dominating already early on in point totals. But you can't count out U of T. U of T still pretty much in there, 2nd and 3rd respectively in the men's and women's side as well. We're still waiting on the competitors to come out, but as we wait for them, as I said earlier, lots of U Sports action still left to go in this month, as CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. The best U Sports women's volleyball teams head to Hamilton for the 2025 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship, March 14th to 16th. So catch the action exclusively beginning March 16th on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
182.
And we are getting ready for this 50 backstroke to start. Tonight we have a lot of events that athletes are going to be swimming twice. Backstroke and breaststroke can be a pretty common combination for athletes, especially on the sprint side, to swim together. So we'll definitely see some names that we've seen in the pool already.
UBC leads the way at 294. Calgary second at 73.
As we enter the women's 50-meter backstroke, just quickly looking at the record times in history, there are 3 that actually stand out. The first one is actually a Brock University record, 27.65 set by Tatum O'Connor in 1905. That is an old university record that has stood the test of time. My goodness, I'm wondering if she traveled back in time to set that record, because that is unbelievable.
I think there might be a typo actually on our sheet here, Amos, because Tatum will be up in our A final. She is a third-year athlete.
I mean, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I'm pointing this out right now because I'm like, there's no way. There's no way it's like 1905. I mean, you're going back and where's in time for that one?
I think I'm seeing a few 1905s on our sheets. We're going to have to have some technical chats.
Get some technical chats. But what is also interesting, when it's not a typo, is the 2018 record set by the great Kylie Moss, U Sports Records 26.15.
This is a quick event. They are ready to go. Look at those underwaters. Everyone trying to get to 15, but no further.
Rosie Hausman of the University
It's a quick one, as you said. You blink and you'll miss it. All the swimmers coming down in a very, very close battle. Who will come out on top in this C final as they come down the final stretch? A close battle to the very, very end. The first to touch at the very wall is going to be in lane 4, Rosie Hausman. 28.44 is the time at the touch.
Borromeo out of the UBC at 28.50, and rounding out your top 3, Hannah Johnson in lane 2 at 28.78.
Great race for these ladies here. Hannah Johnson is the U Sports 200 back gold medalist, but she's coming in for a 50 here, so she's getting ready for her weekend for sure.
Up next, women's 50 backstroke B final.
As we head over to the B final of the women's 50-meter backstroke, Sela Wist, who has already won an event earlier on tonight, is in this B final, but the fastest B finalist is Kaylin Firth. 28.14 is her time as these swimmers enter the pool.
Yeah, we saw Sela Wist just a few seconds ago on the podium there. Emilia Mastromateo, also one to watch out for, medalist in this event at RSEQ Championships.
Here's another fast one. Right off the wall, coming down the water.
Firth led the way through prelims of this heat at 28.14.
Look at that stroke rate. These ladies have their arms whipping. They are going so fast into this turn.
And it looks like she's leading the way through 25
Coming down the last stretch in this B final.
A great
close battle across the wall.
Kaylin Firth.
Kaylin Firth, the fastest B finalist, will be able to take this B final. 27.69 being her final time in this one.
Great racer, Kaylin Firth. So close to that McGill record there. In second place, Sela Wist, we've already seen up tonight. And in third place, Leah Butler from Western University. Fantastic swim.
As the results on the board are official, Kaylin Firth, as stated earlier, 27.69, she takes the B final. But let's head over to the fast one, the A final.
And I am excited for this one here, Amos. We have Kyla Sanchez back again, Eloise Allen, who is already a medalist, Bridget Burton, who is so strong, and Tatum O'Connor. We were joking about her time earlier, but she is no joke in the pool. We are ready to see her go.
Absolutely. As we get set up right now, 4 UBC Thunderbirds populate this A final. It's basically half of the entire pool at this point.
And the standings are showing it. We just saw Maria Kosick come out there. She is a first-year athlete from U of T who's been having a stellar season in the OUA.
And also, again, Kyla Sanchez being in this event, 26.64, just under half a second away from Kylie Moss's U Sports record. And again, we all know how incredible Kylie Moss has been in her career. Still swimming and still doing strong at this point. Now, very much the question is, can Sanchez take the win, and could she even catch the record?
Well, that we will see. I would not be surprised based on how fast this pool has been and how speedy these athletes are, but we'll see. Tatum O'Connor, too, is one to watch. She is such a dominant force for the Brock Badgers. Their coach describes her as just a true leader on their team, and she has been dominating the OUA. So let's see what they have to do here tonight.
And I remember calling Kylie Moss's record back in 2018 as well, as we see the start list of the women's 50-meter backstroke A final. I remember calling that race over at U of T, and it was one fascinating race. She just blew past the rest of the competition. Will we see a repeat of that tonight, or will it be a lot closer? We'll have to wait just a little bit to see how that actually will turn out.
Well, I am excited. Just such fast swimming in Canada in general. Kylie Moss being the U Sports record holder is just phenomenal.
Lights are on. Water's good. The swimmers are in the pool. Here we go. The A final of the women's 50-meter backstroke. You blink and you'll miss it. This is the fastest final of the women's 50-meter backstroke.
Kyla Sanchez up in first already.
Here they come down the final stretch. Close battle this time out in front. Sanchez trying to catch up. Can she catch down to the wall and maintain the lead? She will. 26-20. She will get the gold. The record stands, but Sanchez stands on top this year with a powerful finish in the gold medal. Another one to her name.
And another sweep for the UBC Thunderbirds here. Look at them go. That is now a second medal for Eloise Allen as well, getting onto that podium tonight.
Results are official as UBC goes 1-2-3 in the women's 50.
1-2-3, like you said, Neva. A sweep across the board with yet another powerful UBC performance tonight. Just day one of action as we head over to the Champions Corner poolside interview with Kyla Sanchez.
T-Birds. Yeah, it's an honor to lead another T-Bird sweep. So let's just keep it going, you know, go Birds.
And then how much does that momentum play into what the rest of the meet's gonna go like for you and the T-Birds?
Watching someone swim fast makes you want to swim fast, and I think a lot of that's happening on our team right now, and yeah, we'll just keep the ball rolling.
Awesome, great swim. Kayla Sanchez, your 50-back champion.
Yeah, just what you mentioned there about your teammates swimming fast, encouraging you to swim fast is so true, and that's such a great thing we see at U Sports. When athletes go to international competitions, they might only have a few teammates there, but here they have a team of maybe up to 36 of their closest friends who they train with day in, day out. So that has got to be a great motivator for these people today. I
mean, ultimately the motto is, I want to go fast, and that's all that really matters at this point as we head over to the men's side of the C final of the 50-meter backstroke. Once again, just 2 lengths of the pool, a contested final here in the C final. Close battle already out the front. C finalists come down to the wall. Very, very close to call. They will come down the wall. The first to get the touch of the wall is in lane 8. Quinn Nolan, 25.47 is the time at the wall, taking the C final. Closing out against the rest of the pack at the last touch.
Yeah, Quinn Nolan out of Dalhousie, fantastic swim there.
As we head on to the B final, the results on the board appear to be official. Top finalist in the B final for the time of 24.82 is Canik Bracco. As we look back onto the records, the Canadian senior record set by Javier Acevedo in 2022 at 23.05. A fast one to contest in this one.
Yeah, like we saw in that last race, it's anyone's game, so keep your eye across the field in this race.
A quick battle across the board so far. First on into the wall. Here they come down the final stretch. As expected, a close fight between all of them. All of them swimming hard back down. It's a three-way battle down the wall, or four-way battle. The first to touch is going to be in lane 5, Tristan Gauvier. 24.59 is that time. The final time for him in the B final, taking it in comfortable fashion.
And second place, Ethan Fast, and third place, Canik Bracco coming in. Ethan Fast used to swim for the University of Ottawa and has made the switch to Calgary and has just been really tremendously moving up the past few years.
As the results on the board appear to be official, just waiting on that final call there. If it stands, then Tristan Gauvier with 24.59. Once again, taking the B finals, just waiting on that final confirmation. Yes, it is going to be official. Here comes the fast one, the A final of the men's 50-meter backstroke.
Here we are seeing Daniel Chernin out of McMaster University, the host school. Daniel is a first-year athlete sneaking into that A final. How exciting.
I'm also seeing Raymond Doman in lane 3, also qualifying for UBC in this one. Benjamin Winterborn, already in a couple of these events early on tonight already. He's coming back in action for this one for U of T. But I gotta say this, Andrew Herman, your fastest qualifier, 23.72 being the time. He already holds the U Sports record in this one. He broke it this morning already. Now the question is, can he contest the Canadian senior record or at least break it again?
Yeah, well, we will have to see. Andrew Herman is the only competitor in this race who was on that podium last year. We had Finley Knox and Blake Tierney, who were Olympians who were here at the meet last year. So Andrew Herman going in with that confidence and just such a dominant force in this event.
If I remember calling that swim last year, it was a very, very strong contest for this one. Can we see a repeat of that strong contest this year in 2026? We'll have to see.
Yes, we will.
As we see here, the start list of the men's 50-meter backstroke, the A final. Again, Andrew Herman, the fastest time and the fastest qualifier in lane 4 for U of T. 23.72 was his qualifying time.
0.4 off of that record. Let's see what they can do here.
Water's good, lights are on, swimmers are on the water. Here comes the A final of the men's 50-meter backstroke. You blink and you'll miss it. Here comes 2 lengths.
And they're up and ready to go. Andrew Herman already looking dominant. Loic right beside him.
It's a close one down to the last stretch. They come down the wall. Who will come out on top? Andrew Herman, 23.31. He will break his own U Sports record. A powerful, powerful finish to the very, very end, breaking it twice in a single day.
Fantastic swim there. Second, we're seeing Kai Lilienthal, who broke that other record just a few minutes ago, honestly, and then Raven Doman coming in third place.
Powerful finish, 23.31. Andrew Herman taking the U Sports record and solidifying in this one. Backstroke champion in this one. As we head over to the Champions Corner for the interview on poolside.
Your U Sports champion, Andrew Herman, in the 50 backstroke. You set the record this morning. You were just off your school record. You came in tonight. What was the plan?
I was just going to give it everything I had. Yeah, that's about it.
So, new U Sports record, new school record. Pretty amazing. How do you feel?
I'm super excited. All the hard work's paid off. Yeah, let's go Blues.
Awesome. Congratulations, Andrew Herman.
What a great swim for fourth-year Andrew Herman. We can see on that replay here. Look at those underwaters and how quick he is to get those hands going.
As we head into the women's 400-meter medley. In the C finals, this one, we're going to go from sprints all the way to a bit of a longer event. Expect to see about 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes of action in this one.
Yeah, this is an exciting race. 400 medley, in my opinion, is one of the best ones to watch. It is for those watching at home where swimmers start off with butterfly, and then they're going to go into backstroke, then breaststroke, then freestyle. So much change up happening, especially in a long race.
That's 100 meters for each individual stroke. That's about 4 lengths of the pool for each stroke, respectively.
And we are seeing 4 swimmers from the University of Victoria in this race. That is exciting. They have been such a program that has emerged in the past few years as a dominant U Sports team. And look at them, 4 athletes in one race.
4 athletes in one race at the halfway point of the first stroke. Erin Epp, 30.15. She takes the first lead so far in the halfway point of the butterfly leg.
Erin Epp is out there. Erin Epp is graduating this year, might be feeling that graduating excitement. She's a breaststroker though, so don't count her out of this race. I mean, she's already in it, but let's see how she can continue to build on that.
So Epp still out in front so far in this one. She will come down the wall, ending the butterfly section of this race so far. 104.97 is her time as she moves into backstroke in this one with a comfortable lead ahead from the rest of the pack.
And 400 IM is not decided in this first 100. There are athletes in here whose strengths are going to be in those later swims, so keep an eye on them and just watch how this field can change and how this race can evolve.
There's an all-around battle for supremacy in this particular race so far as they enter the halfway point. Erin Epp still in the lead in the backstroke portion. She will turn at the wall with a time of 1:44.83.
Kaylee McLeod catching up there from McGill in lane 7, and same with Marie-Hélène Lemoine from Université of Laval, just coming up there using their backstroke skills.
So as you said, Neva, McLeod coming in at this point, trying to catch up, and she does barely have a small, tiny lead, but it's too close to call in this one as they head down the last stretch of the backstroke section.
Yeah, everyone coming back together here, which is so exciting to see, but watch out for Epp on this breaststroke.
2:24.15. Kaylee McLeod will take this brief venture into the lead by just 2/100ths of a second, but the breaststroke leg is where we are at the halfway point of the race so far.
And these swimmers are getting tired here. 400 IM or 400 individual medley is a grueling race. You have to be so strong, both physically and mentally, to just push through when it starts to hurt, which I'm sure it is, but look at them, they are not letting down.
Absolutely not letting down, but it's still a two-person battle so far between Epp and McLeod as they enter the halfway portion of the breaststroke leg. The first to touch and turn is going to be Aaron Epp, 3:07.09, but just 7/100ths of a second ahead of Kaylee McLeod.
Using your kick in the breaststroke in this kind of race is so important as those arms start to hurt.
Here they come down, yet another stretch of the breaststroke. Still a two-person battle, but the rest of the pack has managed to catch up. Seeing a bit of the strength now between the swimmers in terms of breaststroke as we enter this last part. Aaron Epp, 350.63, still holding on to the lead. Kaylee McLeod falls to third, 352.30. Isabel Langridge, 352 exact now as we enter the final length. This is freestyle.
Isabel Langridge there was the RSEQ Rookie of the Year in her first year, and she is coming in strong in this freestyle. These athletes are picking it up. They are at the give it all you got part of this race.
Perfectly said, Neva. Give it all you've got. As Epp still hanging on. Confident turn at 4:24.11. Almost 2 seconds, basically around 2 seconds ahead of Isabel Langridge. Epp trying to close this out.
And we are seeing teammates line the sides of these pools, urging their teammates on, saying, you can do it, one more 25, get there.
Here comes the final stretch as they come down. Epp still in the lead with a full body length. She's going to come up to the wall and touch first, 4:57.53. Way better than her morning qualifying time of 5:06. So Aaron Epp will take the C final. Those official results are on the board now, confirmed as 44:57.53 for Aaron Epp. Taking the C finals as we move on to the B final this time in the same event.
Yeah, we have a few more people coming in. Natasha Frost here coming in lane 4, fastest qualifier in the B final from McGill. Definitely one to watch.
Here we go. Let's start off with some butterflies, shall we?
Strategy on this one is often for swimmers, depending on their strength. So try and go out not too hard. You might get excited going out in that first 25 butterfly, but you got to keep it calm. You got to know that you have 375 meters to go.
Well, Lindsay Gordon of UBC has an early lead so far, 30.24, but just not a very far lead. Still extremely early in this race at the halfway point of the butterfly. As the swimmers come back down the other way, it's a hard contested battle over in lane 5 and lane 3, and it looks like Emily DeChazal will be in front by slightly. Yes, she will. 1:04.65 at the turn. Here we go with some backstroke.
Yeah, Emily DeChazal, medalist at RSEQ recently. Such a strong swimmer and in so many events. What we see with these individual medley swimmers is that they have their specialty, and so it's not uncommon to see these girls really dominate in other performances as well.
So similar to the C final, it's a two-person battle for the lead in this B final. between Gordon and Deschazal. They come down to the wall. The first to turn is in lane 5, Emily Deschazal, 38.24.
Followed by Lindsay Gordon and Jessica Tabarge. 2 first-year athletes headed into this, already in the B final. Very exciting stuff for them.
As they come down the last stretch of the backstroke portion of this leg. But it looks like Lindsay Gordon will regain the lead. Deschazal has fallen behind, and the rest of the pack is starting to catch up. The first to touch and turn into moving into breaststroke is going to be Lindsay Gordon.
And Lindsay Gordon is going in with the fastest best time in this event in a time of 4:50.73. So let's see if she can get under that.
Gordon still in the lead, but challenged hard by the rest of the pack as she turns back over the other way. Still a hardly contested battle so far in this one. As we enter the halfway point of the breaststroke leg, Gordon still maintains onto a relatively comfortable lead. 3:02.03 is her time so far. About a 1.5 body length ahead of the rest of the competition.
And we are seeing Jessica Tabarge of Carleton make a move here.
Still plenty of action left to go, but it's been Lindsay Gordon leading for the majority of this race.
Yeah, look at her go, just extending her lead here. Although Jessica Tabarge of Carleton, who is actually Carleton's only athlete at this competition, is catching up.
Lindsay Gordon touches the wall first. 3:44.20 ending the breaststroke. Here we go, the final section. 4 lengths of freestyle.
Getting your kick up here is so important, just giving it all that you can, moving those feet so that your arms have some flow in the water at the end of this really tough race.
It certainly is a tough race, Neva, but Gordon is still very much showing some comfort left in this one as she still leads with a time of 4:19.12, but Jessica Tabarge trying to catch up to her, as well as Paige Dueling, just sitting second and third so far. Here they come down the final stretch right now. Lindsay Gordon still leading, and has been leading for the majority of the race. Will come down to touch first confidently. 4:52.75 is her final time at the touch.
Great race there. Lindsay Gordon, Paige Dueling, and then Jessica Tabarge coming in third. That is a new Carleton record for Jessica, breaking her own record.
The results are going to be official, so that will stand. Lindsay Gordon of the UBC Thunderbirds with 4:52.75 as her final time. The great stuff to all of the swimmers in this B final. Well, well, well. Let's head over, Neva, to the A final.
Oh yes, Amos, that is where we are headed, to the big one. This is going to be an exciting one. 400 individual medley is always an exciting race, but we have some big names coming in here. We have Alexandre Lepage, who is back. We just saw her break a Canadian record, so she is on fire tonight. Emma Spence, previously a medalist in this. Raphael Tremblay has had such a tremendous season. Robin Videka is another name in there. Tremendous season in the OUA. So let's see what these ladies can do.
You said it perfectly, Neva. Lots of a stacked event in this particular A final. But again, like you said, Lepage already having a new Canadian record to her name so far on the night. But as we said earlier before, a different event here, not a sprint, but a bit of a marathon here. And the question is, can she bring her skills over to the marathon side? Quickly looking at the record so far, Erica Selton-Reich Hodgson set the U Sports record in 2014 with a time of 4:34.76. And the Canadian record set by the great Summer McIntosh, 4:21.49 in 2022. We all know what she's capable of right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Summer McIntosh holding this record. She is just so dominant in this event. But this really just shows how having someone at the top brings it up at this level as well. We are seeing faster and faster times. Alexandre only 4 seconds off of that U Sports record. So let's see what happens. Oh, sorry, 6 seconds off. Still, 6 seconds off, not that much in a 400 IM.
Here's the start list for the women's 400-meter medley A final. Again, all eyes in lane 4, lane 5, and lane 3. Lepage, Baller, and Spence. But definitely do not count out the rest of the pool. This is a hotly contested battle right here. A battle of a marathon. 16 lengths of the pool, 4 for each and every single stroke.
Yeah, and Abby Baller there in lane 5 won this event at the OUA Championships a few weeks ago. So let's see what she does here.
The water's good. The swimmers are on the blocks. This is the A final of the women's 400 medley. Let's start off with some butterfly.
And Lepage already dominant off of the dive, really. Just seeing that stroke, she pulls so much water with it. Her arms go a little bit high out of the water, which isn't as typical, but it is working for her.
A close battle at the very first part of the halfway point of the butterfly. And the first 2 turn at the wall will be over. In lane 4, Alexandre Lepage, 29.20 is her time.
Sarah Hagen touching in third there, first-year athlete. Great to see her in this A final in her first year. How exciting.
Certainly exciting it is, Neva, as they come down the final stretch of the butterfly section. Alexandre Lepage distancing herself from the rest of the pack by a full body length, will touch and turn first with a time of 1:03.17. Here we go with 4 lengths of backstroke.
Already a body length ahead, but the rest of the field, like we've seen in other races, they can catch up. The story is not over after the butterfly.
Exactly. We're just past the quarter-way point of this particular race. 3/8 of the way, basically, at this point. But it's still Alexandre Lepage who has the lead. It has shrunk a little bit, but she will turn first. 1:39.71 is her time of the turn. Oh, she's being challenged right now over in lane 5. Abby Baller now trying to catch up.
Yeah, look at them go here. Whole field catching up. Seeing Robin Videka come up to stroke by stroke on Emma Spence, who is also gaining on Abby Baller. Whole field coming together, makes her such an exciting race.
It certainly is exciting, but Lepage will still turn first. 2.1529 at the turn. But my goodness, Abby Baller has closed the distance and has made this a very respectable battle heading into the halfway point and heading into 4 lengths of breaststroke.
Yeah, and keep an eye on Lepage here. We know she's a breaststroke specialist, but Emma Spence, too, has been dominant in breaststroke in U Sports in the past few years. So let's see what she pulls out.
Absolutely. Way ahead in just the first half of the breaststroke leg. She will comfortably lead at this point, touching and turning with a time of 2:52.80. My goodness, basically more than the full body length, basically almost 2 full body lengths, but there's still 6 lengths to go after this one.
And the University of Calgary record is also standing at a 4:34 today, set by Joanne Millar, one of the greats.
Lepage way out in front. Baller trailing behind at this part. Lepage will comfortably touch the wall and turn with a time of 3:30.70. She is looking extremely confident. 4 more lengths to go, this time freestyle.
And like we mentioned, that U Sports record is holding at a 4:34, so Lepage is going to need to come back under a 1:04 in this 100 freestyle.
As we enter the halfway point of the freestyle leg, Lepage briefly had a bit of a scary moment, almost losing the lead at one point, but she regains it in dominating fashion, turning at 4:04.38, the final 2 lengths for her.
And in second and third right now is Hagen and Baylor, and they are battling it out after a grueling race. They are kicking, they are looking at each other to see who can get there first or second.
So Lepage will take the gold most likely, but it's a battle for second place between Abby Baller and Sarah Hagen. The final time will be 4:35.75 for Lepage, but who will take second prize? They come down to the wall. Who will take it first? Sarah Hagen comes out at the very end, taking 4:42.03. She takes the silver. Abby Baller will have to concede for 4:42.31, getting the bronze.
1-2 for University of Calgary. They must be excited about that.
Absolutely exciting on this particular front, and the results are going to be official. Lepage defends this event. 4:35.75 is her final time, taking the gold in comfortable fashion, her second one of the night. And just on day one, but great stuff to all of the competitors in this A final and in this event.
Absolutely. And now that our 400 IM for the women have wrapped up, we are headed on to 400 IM for the men once we hear from our winner.
Let's head over to the Champions Corner from the winner, Alexandre Lepage.
Winning her second gold medal of the night, Alex Lepage. You must be ecstatic with that in that 400 IM.
Yeah, I'm super happy with that. You know, it's a bit of a tough double, so I'm just happy to be able to go best time and win some points for the team.
Amazing. So do you have anyone here in the crowd tonight or anyone watching at home? What do you want to say to them?
Thank you to everyone who supported me along the way. It means a lot.
Awesome. Do you have anything else tonight?
Relay.
Awesome. All right, Alex Lepage, your 400 IM U Sports champion.
Congratulations once again to Alexandre Lepage. This will close out the 400 medley on the women's side. As you see here, it was close off the bat, but Lepage very quickly just came out on top and set herself apart from the rest of the pack, save for just a couple of lengths where she almost lost the lead, but maintained it all the way through.
Yeah, and she just hammered down on that breaststroke that she is so good at. And you heard her mention in that interview there, getting points for the team. That is a big piece of the U Sports Championship, so every race has a different allocation of points. The higher up your ranking in the race, the more points you get for your team, trying to win that team banner to bring it home.
Absolutely. It is ultimately a team effort in terms of who contributes the most points to the point total. Here we go with the C final of the men's 400-meter medley. Fastest qualifier in the C final is Oliver Thompson with a time of 4:26.49. Let's start off with some butterfly.
Yeah, let's see what they can do here. Going out with that easy speed like we've seen in a few of these heats already.
As we enter the halfway points, the first to touch and turn at the wall is gonna be over in lane 2. Tristan Labar, 27:08 is the time.
Tristan Labar is a bronze medalist in the 200 fly at the RSEQ Championships, showing his dominance here in the butterfly already.
Yes, exactly, as you see right here, showing that dominance early. The question is, can he build enough of a lead to carry himself on to the next leg of the race? He's already lost a little bit of the lead, but still barely holding on to it. He comes down the wall to end the butterfly leg. Labar will end the leg with 58.38 as his time. let's begin with some backstroke.
Hayden Bartok touching third there. Hayden Bartok is on the Western team, has captained their team for the past few years, and is a strong freestyler, so keep an eye out for the end of this.
Absolutely, but it's now going to be a hotly contested backstroke leg now. It's a battle between lanes 2 and 4 at this point. Labarre and Thompson now trying to fight hard for this one. This time, Oliver Thompson will touch first at the first time in this race so far. 1:33.54 being the time.
Yeah, and look at that field catching up here. We're seeing Dalhousie in lane 3 also catch up Morgan Sparks. Look at that kick.
Absolutely, that kick is absolutely crucial in this part. But what's also crucial is now this race has come back to a 3 or 4 person battle for the lead as they come down the final stretch of the backstroke. The first to touch and turn will go back to Tristan Labarre, 2:08.01. We're at the halfway point. This is breaststroke.
And let's see what they can do here. This is getting exciting. If you were a breaststroker in this race, you are ready, you are riled up. If breaststroke isn't your strong suit, you are trying to fight. You are trying to hold on to see what you can do with this race.
You're gonna have to dig deep in this one to achieve a new power level in this race so far, but everyone's going strong so far. It has now become a 5-person race right now. All of a sudden, way over on the far side, lane 8, Lukinar has tried to get a piece of the action in the lead in this one, but the first to turn will be Aiden Lukinar, 2:46.17. He has had the first time, the first touch here at this part of the race.
Lukinar coming up in that breaststroke. Outside smoke is what we like to call it, where you just come on in that outside lane and show the field what you've got.
Said it greatly, Neva. You said it before, and it applies right here, the outside smoke. But now it's become a completely different race right now. It's the 2 outside lanes, Lukinar and Hilton. Hilton this time gets the first touch, 3:22.88. We've got a very interesting freestyle, but look at the rest of the pack. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, they got a second win, or a second wave, I should say, in this part of the freestyle. This race got a whole lot more interesting.
Look at them go, and they're going to be glancing over at each other, digging deep, and trying to fight the person beside them to see if they can touch the wall first.
Here comes the halfway point of the freestyle. The first to turn will be once again Dominic Hilton, 3:54.13. He has a bit of a lead, but the rest of the pack is trying to catch up. It's still between Hilton and Lukinar. A race for third could turn into a race for first.
Look at them go. Let's see what this last 25 offers as they find this extra gear.
Oh my goodness, here comes an interesting battle for first. Who will come out on top? It's lanes 7 and 8 together as they come down to the wall. Lukinar takes the win. 4:23.94, taking the B final. Maintaining the lead for the second half. Lost it for a couple of shots there, but regained it when it mattered most.
Absolute outside smoke from Aiden Lukinar. Such a well-played race. Didn't go out the fastest one in this heat, but just built. We saw him build through the breaststroke, and then fell off a tiny bit in the free as lane 7 caught on him a bit, and then just hammered down on that last 50, and that is where it counts.
Absolutely, like you said, put the hammer down, like Thor put the hammer down at that point. But now, as we enter into the B final of the men's 400-meter medley, once again, 16 lengths of the pool, a marathon, but it's a fast marathon here, as expected so far tonight.
Absolutely. We have Lucas Trigger going in with the fastest time from the University of Laval. George Raddick in lane 5, second fastest time this morning in the B. And then Keenan Gander going in that third place in the B final.
As you see right there, ladies and gentlemen at home and all across the world, swimming fans across the land, that's the start list for the men's B final. Here they come. Let's begin with some butterfly.
Lucas Trigger in that 4th lane position came 4th in this event at the RSEQ Championships, so definitely one to watch. Beside him is George Raddick, who got gold in the 400 IM at the OUA Championships a few weeks ago. So let's keep an eye as they battle this one out.
Well, here we go with a close battle between all of these coming forward. The first to touch and turn on the wall will be in lane 5, George Raddick. 27.29 is the time.
Strong performance from George Raddick out of Wilfrid Laurier University. Seeing the rest of the field catch up a little bit here and go out ahead.
Here comes a strong come down to the last leg of the butterfly part. The first to touch and turn is Igor Semeniuk, 58.23 being the time so far the turn. Here we go with some backstroke.
Igor Semeniuk got silver in this event at the RSEQ Championships, and this dominance is showing. Look at him go. He is catching up, and let's see if he extends this lead on the backstroke.
Absolutely, but as we've said before, this is an all-around race, not just one stroke. It's 4 different strokes. It's a close battle, 3-way battle for the lead so far. As they turn at the wall, Aiden Yorfi gets 1:32.44, the first touch and turn.
A new leader. That is just what is so fun about this race. New leader every time we get to this wall, and that just keeps it fun. It keeps us on our toes.
Absolutely keeping on the toes. As we've seen in the last C final, there was a major shift of the lead. Will we see it again in this one? Looks like Giorfi is still comfortably in the lead in the last part of the backstroke leg. 2:04.97 is the time. Igor Semeniuk at 2:06 exact.
Missing a pullout there for Aiden Giorfi. Maybe getting a little bit tired, but is trying to hold on and is trying to maintain that lead that he has built in the backstroke. First-year athlete, so fantastic to be in a final here.
Absolutely fantastic in this final. A hotly contested B final as expected, rather. The lead change is looking imminent so far over in lane 5. George Raddick, who had the lead in the early part of the race, will regain the lead. 2:42.67. He now has just about a full body length lead ahead of the rest of the pack.
And outside smoke again. Lucky lane 8, it's seeming Rowan Yu is gaining on the pack here too.
As they come down the final stretch of the breaststroke leg. Raddick still in the lead, distancing himself from the rest of the pack, but it's still not over. As he touches first and turns at 3:19.114 more lengths. This time it's freestyle.
George Raddick is the gold medalist of OUA Championships out in first currently, and right behind him is silver medalist at OUA Championships, Rowan Yee. They've had this race a few weeks ago, and they are continuing it. And let's see if the result is the same or if it changes up.
Absolutely, and George Raddick now with 2 full body lengths, probably up to 3. Turns first, 3:48.37. Showing himself and showing the province proud as well, the province of Ontario so far. Can he maintain it?
And Giorfi is back, dominating in this freestyle. Look at those legs go, and look how much water he is pulling in that stroke.
Here they come down the final stretch. A very, very strong performance from George Raddick. Touching first, 4:17.53. Aiden Giorfi, who had the lead for a brief moment in time, touches second, 4:20.04, and then Rowan Ui at 4:21.61 takes third in this B final.
4:17 for George Raddick, taking 4 seconds off his own Wilfrid Laurier University school record. So congrats to George on that fantastic swimming.
Those results are official as we now head into the fast one, the A final.
And fast one it will be. Not that any of these swims have been anything but tonight. But we are headed in with our fastest swimmer, Tanner Cole, in lane 4. Was a gold medalist in this event at U Sports. So let's see if we're going to defend that. The 2 other medalists from last year are not in this heat this year, not in this race. So the field is open. Let's see what these men can do.
Yes, as Tanner Cole is the fastest qualifier for UBC, 4:15.91. I got to say this again. Half of the pool is all UBC once again, and it just goes to show the dominance that they've had in recent years in the pool on the men's and the women's side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking to their coach ahead of this meet, just that they were really excited to come in. They put in a lot of hard training this year, and they're feeling good about their team, and it is showing already.
Olivier Risk, a veteran of the U Sports Swimming Championships. He is here in lane 6 with 4:18.20 being his qualifying time. Looking at the records so far, both the U Sports record and the Canadian senior records are held by Brian Johns. In 2003, back when U Sports was still called CIS, or maybe even CIAU back in those days as well. And here's the start list for the A final of the men's 400-meter medley. Once again, all eyes on lanes 4, 5, 3, and 6. That's Cole, Harrison, Lamar, and Risk in this one.
Blamard also won this event at the RSEQ Championship, so keep an eye on him, as well as Jax Harrison, silver in this event at Can West a few months ago.
Swimmers still trying to get themselves warmed up, and I mean, there's been quite a lot of action that's happened so far. We've been roughly through more than halfway of the events so far, but I gotta say, lots of exciting action. Time just flies by when you're having fun right out here, and especially when you're seeing great swims like this. Here we go with the A final. Let's start off with 4 lengths of butterfly.
They are off, and they are out to go, and they are fast.
It's a close battle as expected across the board. Coming into this A final, a 4-man battle to the halfway point of the butterfly. 26.79 is the touch. Jacques Harrison will get the first touch.
But it is so close already in this race, and let's see how it plays out.
Absolutely, but plenty of action left to go in this one. Jacques Harrison barely hanging on to the lead. Still a 4-person battle so far. Harrison still has the lead, this time a little bit further up by a half body length as they come down to the last part of the butterfly. He touches first, Harrison touches first, 57.42.
Moving into this backstroke, we're seeing this field spread out a little bit, but not too much.
It's an all-around battle between all of these swimmers. Again, it's not just 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different strokes coming out on front. But it's been all Jacques Harrison with now a full body length lead in the halfway point of the backstroke leg. 1:28.62 is his time.
Such a nice underwater that we're seeing here from Jacques Harrison, just going up and using that maximum amount that you can. Saving as much energy is so crucial in this 400 IM.
And the battle for second has now started to begin. Harrison still in the lead. A comfortable lead so far, but over in lane 4, Tanner Cole in second, trying to get back into the action and hopefully take the lead.
Yeah, seeing his teammate Tanner Cole come in. So many UBC in this race once again, and they are just pushing each other as teammates the best that they can be.
It's as Alexander Page said just earlier, when you see others go fast, you want to go fast in this one, and we're seeing this right now with the UBC Thunderbirds, 1 and 2 in the action. Harrison, your race-long leader, as he enters the halfway point of the breaststroke.
And Raphael Blamart in 4th from Université de Montréal is coming up. Such a dominant force at the recent RSEQ championships.
Harrison takes 2:35.93 at the turn. But all of a sudden, Tanner Cole has just popped up. He has taken the lead for the first time. He is blasting forward.
Look at Tanner go. He has just completely brought his legs up and brought his stroke rate up as we go into the almost end of this 400 individual medley tonight.
Look at Tanner Cole like Team Rocket. He's blasting off again. He is a full body length now ahead of the rest of the competition. He has touched first. 3:10.60. Here we go with the last leg, freestyle.
What can he do in this freestyle? Look at those legs, they are going.
A great speed right there off the turn. Tanner Cole showing why he was the fastest qualifier in this one, but do not count out Jack Harrison trying to get back into the lead on this one. Can he do it, or will Tanner Cole trail away now with a time at 3:40.62?
And look at this battle for second. Who is it gonna be? Oh my goodness, and look, coming up there, Raphael Blamart.
Here we come down the final stretch, a hard battle to the end. Can Blamart trailing behind for the most of the reality, but Cole is holding out. He will end the race at 4:09.72. A confident win here in the 400 individual medley. Congratulations to Tanner Cole. Raphael Blamart, congratulations to him, a valiant effort coming in second.
Tanner Cole is defending his title from last year, two-time 400 IM champion in a row.
The times on the board are official, and Tanner Cole, once again, is the leader and the winner at 4:09.72. UBC will not sweep this event, but will have two on the podium. Blamart, 4:10.95 at second, and Jack Harrison, 4:12.66.
Best times for those top three athletes, and that is just a reflection of how fast this meet is and how fast this pool is. Athletes are excited. They are going best times across the board, and it's continuing in tonight's finals.
Well, so that will conclude events 7 to 10, but let's go to the pool side.
I've got Tanner Cole, your men's 400 IM U-Sport winner. So, the UBC T-Birds have a very rich history in this 400 IM. How does it feel to be a part of that dynasty?
Incredible. You know, you look up at the banners with the Olympians, and you're like, wow, that could be me one day, but see, you know, Brian Johns, you know, set a world record 20 years ago, so it feels pretty special to be part of that dynasty.
Amazing. So what was your goal coming into this race? Obviously, 4:09.72 is an incredible race for you. Were you thinking more about the time or the placing or just hoping for it all?
Survive the first 200 and then go from there.
Amazing job. Tanner Cole, your 400 IM U-Sports winner.
Once again, congratulations to Tanner Cole, U-Sports winner of the men's 400-meter IM. As we look back at the replay here, a valiant swim. Tanner Cole was actually trailing for the majority of the race, but he really turned it up at the second half and really put it up to 100,000 by the end of this particular one. So great stuff to Tanner Cole, and it really goes to show just how much resilience matters in this one.
Absolutely, and how the end of that can just be what shows and what matters in the race.
We'll be back with more live action on CBC after a short break.
Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Welcome back to live action on day one of the 2026 U Sports Swimming Championships on CBC. My name is Amos Vang, and my co-commentator Neva Scott Boers, who herself also a longtime swimmer for McMaster, has also become my commentator, and we are thrilled to bring you live action here in the Markham Pan Am Centre pool. We have awards for events 7 to 10. Let's start off with the women's 50-meter backstroke.
Absolutely. 50-meter backstroke. We have a UBC sweep once again. Common occurrence tonight. How exciting. This is Eloise Allen taking the bronze medal. Bridget Burton from UBC taking the silver medal tonight.
Absolutely a strong, strong performance from all of them. And UBC, we said it before and we'll say it again, and we're most likely going to say it for the rest of the meet. Yeah, UBC is not going to be a surprise. I remember back in 2018 when I called the U Sports Swimming Championships, UBC came out on top, I think, for one, either the women's or the men's, but it was a much closer battle between them and U of T. That was when Kylie Moss was still on the U of T team and a bunch of other strong swimmers as well. However, since then, UBC has really, really pushed forward with the envelope there and have pushed ahead of the rest of the pack here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen that just in this heat here. That's Kyla Sanchez, who's taking home that gold medal tonight, and she's a 2-time Olympic medalist. They have Emma O'Croynan, another Olympian, on their women's team, and they are just pulling ahead from the rest of the field tonight. We are now seeing even more UBC on the podium coming in. Raven Doman coming in with a bronze medal tonight.
Kyle Lilienthal with a respectable finish here at this particular event. He already has a gold from earlier on in the night.
And also U Sports record holder in one of the fastest 50 backstroke I've ever seen in my life, Andrew Herman of the University of Toronto.
Yeah, Andrew Herman really stood out there with the backstroke. Perfect way for the PA announcer to say it there.
Yeah, absolutely. How special is that, too, to see two U Sports record holders, both records set tonight, standing on the podium together, just showing how strong they are across the board, not only in one event. Kyle Lilienthal also setting a record tonight. Great stuff.
Good stuff indeed. Well said, Neva. And that will end the award ceremony for Event 8 as we move on to the award ceremony for Event 9. The women's 400 IM. Alexandra Page will take her second gold of the night.
Yeah, and bronze today going to Abby Baylor of U of T, and silver going to Sarah Hagen of the Calgary Dinos.
Quite a strong, very strong showings early on in this night. So now as we head in, we still got a couple more award ceremonies left, but we're about to head into, I think, what most swimmers are the favorite parts of the night as well, the relays.
Yeah, absolutely. We are headed into our first relay of the meet, and if we thought that this meet was exciting already, boy, are we wrong, because it is about to get even more electric in here. Relays are when we are going to see multiple swimmers from one team competing together. Swimmer dives in, they race, they get to the wall, they touch, another dives over top of them. Things are always changing, and this is about to be exciting.
Oh yeah, I remember announcing last year's Medley relays in general, not just Medley, but really all the relays, and the energy levels were over 9,000, so I'm expecting no less tonight on this one. We still got one more award ceremony left so far, the men's 400 IM. Again, a hotly contested event, but Tanner Cole, who was trailing for the majority of the event, or I should say the first half of this event, came out on top and really blasted off again into the second half and confidently took this one.
Yeah, absolutely he did. We are seeing that bronze medalist there. That is Jack Harrison. And second is Raphaël Blamar from the University of Montreal.
Yeah, Blamar, he was also trailing behind second as well, but he came in at the very end and took the second touch. Great stuff to him in this event.
Yeah, just goes to show how important that back end of the race is. And Jack Harrison here is a first-year athlete. We saw that on the women's side as well with Sarah Hagen and Abby Baylor as first years. And so that is just so exciting as a fan of U Sports Swimming to know what this field might emerge to be in the next few years. We have first years on the podium already, and who knows what the next few years will bring.
The future of U Sports Swimming is certainly bright, Neva. And we're certainly going to see this in these swimmers and also in the events coming up after this one as we come down to the last two events of day one. A very, very excellent start to the events tonight. So much action, so much speed, so much power, so much energy. But this is nothing compared to the relays.
No, it is not. As a swimmer, relays were always my favorite part of the competition. Swimming can be an individual sport in that you are swimming alone in your lane, but the minute you are on a relay, you are a team of four. Swimming is part of that bigger team. Relays score lots of points, which is valuable in our team standings. So this is exciting. I cannot wait.
This is the time for every team to break their limits and surpass themselves as we get set up for the first heat of the women's 4x100 meter freestyle. Just looking at a quick look at overall the teams standing on their own respective corners on the UBC side, of course. But I gotta say, you know, and you see that camaraderie here, and I've noticed this for years every time I cover these events.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a fun place to be. I often find standing on the pool deck cheering is almost as much fun as being in the pool because you're having so much fun together. We are seeing our relay teams start to come out. We have two heats in the relays tonight.
Here comes the time final, the first one. 5 teams will be in this one. It's Waterloo, McMaster, Brock, Guelph, and Sherbrooke in this one. The fastest one in this heat is Brock at 3:51.93.
Absolutely. We are seeing 4 teams from Ontario from that OUA conference and Université de Sherbrooke. So 4 teams who have raced against each other. Now adding another one into the mix. Let's see what happens. As a reminder for folks watching relay events, even if you are in this first heat and you have the fastest time overall, or you have whatever time it might be that's in contention, all events are scored together. So it does not matter what heat you are in. Your time is what will dictate what position your team ends up.
Well said, Neva, as we now see these teams get set up. Look at lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go, the water's good. Lights are on. Here we go with this first time final of the 4x100 meter freestyle. That's 4 lengths for each swimmer.
Diving into the water, big underwater there. Michelle Wang, captain of McMaster, is starting off with a little bit of a lead at the first turn.
A close battle, as expected early on, at the halfway point of the first swimmers. Coming down the wall, the first to touch is going to be Brock University. 27.12 is the time. Brock still holding on to the lead, but it's hardly contested. It is very much contested at this point. Brock starting to pull away from the rest of the pack just a little bit, coming down to the last stretch of the first swimmer's leg. Brock takes the first touch, 56.54.
Yes, they do. That was Tatum O'Connor, such a dominant force from Brock, just setting off the tone for her team.
And here comes the second leg right now. Brock still in the lead, a hard contest. It's a battle for second right now, but first so far has been in Brock's favor so far. That touch is going to go to them again. 1:23.43. They've been your race-long leaders so far. McMaster's really trying to catch up in this one, still about a body length away as they enter the halfway point of the swim. Slowly catching up right now. Looking quite strong on this one, but Brock will still have the lead at the halfway point. 1:53.92 is the time.
Diving in, that strong kick right off the bat there. Look at that go. McMaster catching up there in lane 3.
Absolutely catching up, but Brock still comfortably up there. But McMaster, if they have anything to say about it, they're still catching at this point. Brock at 2:21.26, but McMaster 2:22.19.
Strong kick there from Michaela Blake, gaining on them, using that home school advantage. Gaining on Brock University that we are seeing there.
Here they come down the last stretch of this leg. Brock still in the lead. McMaster in second. 12 way over in lane 5, still holding on in third. Here they come down to the next part of the 100 meters.
This is the anchor leg. Often schools will put their fastest swimmer, should I say, in last place to really bring home that relay. As we've seen happening in tons of events, the end can be what matters.
It ain't over until it's over, but so far Brock is still in the lead in the halfway point of the final leg. That time is 3:17.49. They're sitting pretty with speed on their side and time on their side, way ahead of the pack.
This is Grace Chai, second-year athlete from Brock. Such a big player in helping Brock secure a third place at the recent OUA Championships for the first time since 1988. And we are seeing Chai just sail ahead of the crowd right now.
And here comes Brock down the final stretch. They're going to come down the wall in confident fashion. That touch will go to Brock. Grace Chai finishes first with a time of 3:46.45. Guelph catches up and gets second at 3:50.11. McMaster concedes third here in this time final, 3:50.95.
Absolutely, 3:46.45. Time to remember as we head into this second heat of the women's 4x100 meter freestyle. As I mentioned before, it is all about time in this race. It does not matter what heat you are in, as long as your time gets you on that podium or on that scoring number.
And the results on the board are official. Brock University, once again, 3:46.45, taking this time final. But here we go to the second one, and this is where the heavy hitters are. Here's the start list for the women's 4x100 meter freestyle.
We are using all 10 lanes today for this relays. In lane 0, Dalhousie University. Lane 1, we have University of Lethbridge. In lane 2, University of Ottawa. Lane 3, University of Toronto. In lane 4, fastest seed going in, University of British Columbia. And in lane 5, University of Calgary. Lane 6, McGill University. Lane 7, Western University. Lane 8, University of Victoria. And in lane 9, we have University of Manitoba.
But all eyes on UBC, U of T, and Calgary. The top 3 fastest qualifiers in this event. It's all the heavy hitters, like you said, Neva. It's really going to be a big one and a fast one for this one. Looking at the U Sports record, it's set by l'Université de Montréal. 3:36.34 is the current U Sports record. 2017. This is going to be a good one.
And if we look at this projected time for University of British Columbia, they have a 3:36. So keep your eyes on this and what can be done. You can't necessarily see it at home here, but we have signs up. The athletes standing on the side of the deck are ready to cheer on their teammates.
The crowds are certainly ready to cheer right now. That's the big one. This is the fast one. Here we go. Lights are on. Water's good. Swimmers on the block. This is the second time final of the women's 4x100 meter freestyle. Who will come out on top? This is the big one.
In lane 4 here, Bridget Burton starting off for University of British Columbia. Interesting choice with Bridget Burton starting off, but she is going to be taken over by Kyla Sanchez. So let's see what kind of lead that Bridget can start off.
Still a bit of a close battle up in front, but still way too early to call the halfway point of the first part of the leg. Looking like UBC out in front. They will turn first. Yes, they will. 25.95 is the time. U of T falling all the way back in 6th in that one at 27 exact. A bit of an anomalous start there, but plenty of action left to go.
And Western University's Zaya Wetzlaw, who has been a dominant force in the sprint freestyle, starting off with a very strong beginning of this relay for her team.
UBC still out in front. It's still a hard battle down 2. You can hear it in the teams. They're cheering on their teams right now. UBC at 54 exact gets a strong start.
And from that takeover, University of Calgary touched in 3rd, but now we are seeing in the water, they are coming into 2nd. That is Alexandre Lepage up for her 3rd swim of the night in the water. Oh, look at her go.
Lepage is putting in work tonight, the 3rd one, but she's looking like she's not slowing down at all. But UBC, or rather the University of Manitoba, has actually come out back on top. 124, or actually 2nd rather. That is a glitch on the screen. UBC is still very much in the lead. Bit of a correction there, but man, my goodness, UBC still looking strong, but everybody's still on a good start to this race so far.
Olympian Kyla Sanchez absolutely extending this lead. She is a few body lengths ahead of Lepage, who is a body length ahead of the rest of the field, with U of T and McGill being tied for that 3rd place right now.
UBC once again 146.35 in the lead, but University of Calgary now up in 2nd, 149.70 at the turn. Lots of swimming left to go, but it's a close one. It's so far between the rest of the pack, but UBC is way out in front so far.
We have Eloise Allen now there in the water for UBC. She also has already swam multiple events tonight. Look how strong these swimmers are, getting up time and time again to hammer down not only for themselves, but for their team.
That's a 2:12.13 for Eloise Allen for UBC, still way out in front. A comfortable, roughly about a 7 or 8 meter lead for the rest of the pack. UBC looking strong in this one.
University of Calgary in 2nd right now. McGill is right behind them. UT close 4th. It is anyone's race. There is still time to go.
Absolutely time to go. Here comes the next swimmers for UBC. They come in.
For University of Toronto, that is Tegan Vanderleek diving in so strong in the water. Emma Croynin.
UBC way out in front, touching down first with a time 3:06.45 at the turn. Comfortably in the lead.
Look at that lead, look at them go, and look at this battle to get on the podium here.
Croynin right now looking strong for UBC. She's going to come down the wall, but can she catch the record at this point? She's coming down quickly. Can UBC catch it down? 3:34.76. Yes, they do. That is a brand new U Sports Swimming Championships record. UBC takes it in dominating fashion, with Emma Croynin finishing the charge with a bang.
That is incredibly exciting. What a way to end. So many records broken here tonight. We are not done. We still have the men coming up right after this, but congrats to the UBC women on breaking this record. Look at them go. So well deserved. Such strong swimming.
And now just waiting on the official call on this one. Yes, it is official. A new U Sports record. UBC 3:34.76 is the new time to beat, completely shattering the record at this point. Calgary in 2nd at 3:40.42. And U of T, University of Toronto, 3:41.11.
we can see on that replay just how dominant those girls were and how ahead of the pack they were. Look at this strong swimming. And we see that lead continue to extend as they went throughout this relay.
So a strong finish between all of these swimmers right now, but UBC again with the new U Sports record, the clear winner in this one. We have one more event left to go.
We have 2 heats of this 4x100 relay again. In lane 1, University of New Brunswick. Lane 2, Brock University. Lane 3, Dalhousie University. In lane 4, University of Regina. Lane 5, the host, McMaster University. Lane 6, University of Waterloo. And in lane 7, University of Manitoba.
So that's a good 7 lanes covered in the first time heat. The men's 4x100 meter freestyle. University of Regina being the fastest one in this time final. 3:23.29 is the time so far.
Absolutely, and let's see what they can do here. Seeing if those times can get them competitive with this heat that comes after them. I'm sure it can. They're already off to a strong start. Very tight in this first 50.
A strong start indeed, Neva, as the halfway point of the first leg will go to University of Regina. 23.88 is the time of the turn.
Touching in second, McMaster. Third, Dalhousie. Let's see how this plays out.
A close battle already into the first quarter of this race. Regina just barely hang on to lead. But over in lane 3, Dalhousie trying to catch up to this. Regina will touch first at 49.78. Dalhousie just behind at 50.17.
And they are off for this second leg of the 4x100 meter freestyle.
Regina still trying to barely hang on to the lead, but over in lane 5, McMaster trying to contest it, and also Dalhousie. Regina still gets the first touch at 1:13.87, but it's still way too close to call.
Lucas Chen and McMaster University trying to add to this little tiny lead that they have going, but it is so close across these 3 teams at the front.
Looking at all of them right now, it looks like McMaster may just barely contest and be in the lead, but it is extremely close. Already at the halfway point, it's looking like these 3 teams are going in this point. Regina still gets the first touch, but it's only by 5/100ths of a second.
Look at these men go. They are fired up and they are ready.
Third leg, halfway point. Regina has fallen behind by a little bit. This time, it's Dalhousie trying to contest it. Dalhousie will get the first touch for the first time in the race. McMaster falling behind at second. Regina falls to third.
And we also have University of Waterloo, who is coming up slightly in lane 6, trying to challenge for this top 3 position in this first heat of the men's 4x100 freestyle.
Here comes the end of the third leg. Dalhousie touches first, 2:31.93, with the final swimmers going into the pool.
We have an early lead on this last leg from Hayden Young of McMaster University, trying to create a lead over Dalhousie.
My goodness, that's an interesting development now. McMaster now in lane 5 up in the lead. Dalhousie trying to get the lead back in. McMaster touches first and turns 2:56.09. Dalhousie in second at 2:56.80. It's still too close. We have 1.5 legs left to go.
And look, Amos, at lane 6, that is coming up. University of Waterloo.
Waterloo exactly is coming up, but is it too little too late? Maybe not, but McMaster trying to keep on to the lead as they come down to the wall. McMaster will be able to touch it first. 3:22.52. Dalhousie touches second, 3:23.59. Regina staves off Waterloo at 3:24.11. A respectable finish for all of them.
Very exciting. We'll see how this plays out in the next race.
Official times now. McMaster takes it 3:22.52 in this time final. But we've got one final race left to go, the second time final of the men's 4x100 meter freestyle. Here's the start list for the men's 4x100 meter freestyle.
We have in lane 0, Université of Montreal. In lane 1, Western University. Lane 2, University of Calgary. In lane 3, McGill University. Lane 4, University of Toronto. In lane 5, University of British Columbia. In lane 6, University of Victoria. Lane 7, University of Ottawa. In lane 8, University of Lethbridge. And in lane 9, York University swim team.
So now we're using all 10 lanes of the pool. Not something you see every day, or in every event at the very least, but all 10 lanes will be taken up. Here's the fast one and the big one, but this time U of T being the fastest qualifier, 3:14.58. UBC 3:14.90, but they're still very, very close at this point.
That is so close. So we will see what plays out here. Not far off the U Sports record, 3:11.80 set by the UBC Thunderbirds. Let's see what these men can do here tonight. The crowd here is on their feet. It is their last race of the evening of a very exciting day 1 of this championship.
The lights are on, whistles off, water's good, swimmers on the block to end off day 1. Here is the second time final of the men's 4x100 meter freestyle. Who will get a new power level tonight?
We will see. We also have a Canadian record sitting at 3:10.99. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch this.
That is a 9-year-old record on the line so far. So far, the halfway point of the first leg, U of T in the lead. They turn first, 22.86 is the time. UBC just very close behind, 23.10.
We are seeing Andrew Herman out there in first already. Andrew Herman already a U Sports record holder tonight and is showing his dominance for his team.
Absolutely showing dominance right now, but UBC trying to contest for the lead. U of T barely hanging on to the lead. They will touch and finish the first leg first, 48.03.
Touching in third there was Outside Smoke of York University, and let's see how this plays out.
Now this time UBC has taken over the lead for the first time in the race. They will turn to the halfway point. That's 1:10.28 at the wall. U of T at 1:11.28, exactly a second behind.
That is Jake Gaunt of University of British Columbia bringing it up, extending this lead that they have.
Absolutely extending it right now. My goodness, 2 full body lengths at this point. UBC at the halfway point, way out in lead right now, touching 1:34.88. McGill has now taken over second at 1:37.16.
Look how close this is, and University of Calgary is starting to come up with a strong kick that we are seeing.
UBC way out in front. Coming down here, turning down. That's going to be a confident one, 1:57.91. The U Sports record may actually be on the line here.
Absolutely, and look at this battle for second. There are now 4 teams in the running that we are seeing. And I don't want to discount University of Toronto. They are gaining on UBC.
Well, they're showing exactly why they qualified for the fastest time right here. UBC will take this leg in dominant fashion, 2:22.85. But here come the other swimmers coming down in.
Diving in, Zach Parise from University of British Columbia, a first year. Let's see what he can do.
Here comes the final section right now. UBC still way out in front. U of T trying to get back the lead. They are very, very far ahead at this point. Lane number 5, UBC 2:45.69, still on the line. U Sports record may be on the line again. My goodness.
And such a fight here for second place and for the rest of the podium. Calgary, University of Toronto, McGill.
Here comes the final stretch. UBC coming out in front. They have a comfortable lead. Looking like they will take the U Sport record. Yes, they will. 3:11.20. And second place goes to U of T. 3:13.61. McGill, 3:15.05. But UBC, a new U Sports record.
And McGill beating out University of Calgary by 0.02 in a relay to grab that third spot.
A powerful end to a beautiful and amazing set of competition here. My goodness, the swimmers in this event just waiting on the results to wait if they are official.
What an exciting day of swimming that we have seen on day one. Records broken, best times.
The results on the board are official. We have a new U Sports record, 3:11.20, set by the University of British Columbia. The University of Toronto at 3:13.61, McGill at 3:15.05.
That is 2 U Sports records for the UBC teams. What an incredible performance tonight. I am so impressed.
Just looking back at amazing action right now and so far. Just day one, we've seen multiple records broken. 1 Canadian record being broken at the same time as well. Just day one, and what a way to end it with the women's and the men's relays. Well, you couldn't ask for anything better than this, Neva.
No, you could not. In my time at U Sports Championships, I don't think that I can remember seeing a meet with this much excitement and this much speed. So I cannot wait to see what we have over the next few days of competitions. I'm sure that athletes will get a little bit tired, but I am even more sure that they are going to bring the heat to this championship and that we are going to continue to see great swims from them.
Absolutely, but I mean, at least I'm not feeling very tired right now. I'm just getting started right now. I just powered up right now, just seeing all this action right now. And I hope everybody watching at home or wherever you are also enjoying this right now on CBC Sports. We're still going to stay on for the medal ceremony. Just have to wait on the official on this part, but I got to ask Neva, how are you feeling right now so far?
I am feeling excited. I was a little bit nervous coming into this commentating to see how it would feel to be on the other side of the pool, no longer an athlete, but I'm having a great time. I just love watching fast swimming. I love watching athletes succeed and have a good time. So I'm happy.
I'm happy to have you on board as well, and I'm happy to be here. My 3rd U Sports Swimming Championships here as well, my 4th overall swimming championships in general for this one. But every time is always a new experience, as you'll find. Doesn't matter how many times you do it, when the big one comes here, the big one is always going to get you. And we saw big ones at every single event tonight in this one. That's why I'm feeling really pumped in this one.
Good. That's what I like to hear, and I really hope our good spirits continue. Amos, did you have any highlights from tonight that you want to share with viewers?
It's got to be that Canadian record. Alexandre Lepage, who just came out of nowhere and just completely shattered the record in dominating fashion, and still won a couple more medals on top of that as well. You know, she really put in work for her team and for her university at this point. You know, she's just getting started at this point, at least so far in the competition. So that's my record, or my highlight rather, for me. What about yours?
Yeah, that's a great highlight, absolutely. I mean, I think I have to say the relays. We'll be hard-pressed to find a day where I don't think exciting relays are my highlight. But just what a way to see those teams fight, and just to see the change up and to see one team's ahead, another one's coming in, and most importantly to see the support from teammates on the side. We here on the pool deck are looking straight at teams standing up with signs and screaming at their teammates, and I just think that is what this competition is about. Yes, it's about fast swimming, but more importantly, it is about coming together as a team to do your very best.
It is an individual plus a team pursuit at the same time, and the team is what matters here, especially in U Sports action at this point. You know, and again, you see it already, and you see it year after year. You see it swim after swim. It is truly an amazing experience to see it time and time again.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we have 50 freestyle to start us off, 200 breaststroke, 400 freestyle, 100 meter backstroke, 200 meter medley, and a 50 fly, and then of course some relays tomorrow night. So that is exciting. That is going to be a lot of fun.
Getting a live feed of some of the other swimmers here. Still have not yet had the medal ceremony yet. And here we go. After you wait and you wait, the patient will always get what they need and want, as we finally have now the medal ceremony at this point.
And let's see our relay teams come out to get the recognition they deserve.
So once again, these are the medal ceremonies for the women's and men's relays. Currently 8:30 p.m., but still plenty of energy left in the crowd. And the officiating individuals as well.
Sorry, there you go. I am seeing smiles on the faces of these athletes as they're leaving the building, and that is so exciting to see, so awesome.
Good to see, and you know, the morale's good, the energy's good, the vibe's good, water's good. And the achievements are even more amazing at this point. Truly a remarkable effort from all these different swimmers. And we also got to head into the coaches as well, because they've got a gargantuan job to do to maintain the sort of momentum and keeping every single swimmer on their top game.
Yeah, absolutely. These coaches are going to be dreaming up their hype-up speeches that they give tomorrow to make sure that this momentum stays strong. And there's just such a team behind every athlete. They have their teammates, their coaches, their athletic